stick back out on the play. All a shot save. Pasternak scores! David Pasternak!
Atomic.
Hello, everybody. Happy New Year and welcome to your Week 17 NFL broadcast this afternoon. The 2-13 Carolina Panthers head down to Everbank Stadium to take on the falling, tumbling, whatever adjective you want to describe it. The Jacksonville Jaguars are a hot mess. They come into this game on a 4-game losing streak at 8-7. But the rules are simple for the Jaguars. It's simple. You win these last 2 games, you're in the playoffs no matter what. If you win today and the Colts lose to the Raiders, and by some New Year's Eve miracle the Titans beat the Texans, you are also in the playoffs. They are going to be playing this game without a certain man under center, and that is, of course, Trevor Lawrence. He is inactive today. He has suffered 4 injuries over the last 3 weeks. Ridiculous. He shouldn't have been playing 2 weeks ago. I don't know why. Management, coaching, I don't understand why they waited so long to give Trevor his rest. I have no idea why they waited so long, but they finally did it. CJ Beathard will be starting his first game in a Jaguar uniform. This is his 3rd season in Jacksonville. Let's take a look at the rest of the starting lineup. So, God forbid if anything was to happen to CJ Beathard, the Matt Barkley is going to be the backup. The Jaguars signed him off the Giants practice squad about 5 or 6 days ago. Travis Etienne is healthy, a little banged up. I know he was suffering a chest injury, but he is active for today's game. Dearness Johnson will be the backup, with Tank Bigsby being the 3rd-string running back. For the wide receiving core, Calvin Ridley, he's a go. Parker Washington is a go. Jamal Agnew is a go. Christian Kirk, of course, on IR. He is inactive today, as is Zay Jones, missing his 2nd straight week. And 3 tight ends, Evan Ingram, Luke Farrell, Brenton Strange. Nothing changes there. On to the defensive side of the ball. And one last thing, offensive lineman update. Cam Robinson has returned. I think that is great news for Jacksonville. Cam Robinson back at the left tackle spot. We'll see if they move around Walker Little and potentially Anton Harrison, because I know he suffered an injury last week. On to the defense. Angelo Blackson, he is inactive. I'm not sure why. He's been really solid this year. Same with Yasir Abdullah. But the rest of this team seems to be pretty healthy. To my knowledge, Cisco's back in the lineup. Tyson Campbell is in the lineup. So we're going to see what happens here. Cam Robinson taken off the IR. I mean, this offense has been abysmal. This defense has been bad too, but this offense has been abysmal for the past month. Something has got to change. Hopefully today's the day. As for Carolina, well, Bryce Young's coming off a career performance against the Packers last week, despite the 33-30 loss. Andy Dalton is his backup. The 3 running backs is Miles Sanders, Chuba Hubbard, and Raheem Blackshear. 3 very talented running backs I think are just struggling this season. Miles Sanders especially did not get going until a couple of weeks ago. DJ Chark, this is his 2nd career game against the Jaguars, his 1st game back in the 904. We will be with Terrence Marshall, Adam Thielen, and another former Jaguar, Laviska Shenault. Main tight end for Carolina is Ian Thomas. And the offensive line consists of Bradley Bozeman, Akeem Hill, and Taylor Moton. The tackles with the guards, Nash Jansen and Cade Mays. And on the defensive side, don't really know much injuries for Carolina. Brian Burns is going to be a great player to play against today for this offensive line. Derek Brown, a very solid defensive line with Derek Brown and offseason acquisitions, Shai Tuttle and Chris Wormley. This team is 2-13, but they certainly don't feel like it, or at least they haven't played like it the last month. I think ever since the Panthers have fired Frank Reich, they have been in a much better spot. So we'll see what happens today. I am nervous. The Jaguars' playoff chances they solely rely in the hands of CJ Beathard now. I don't know what to say other than this is just terrible, and if the Jaguars miss the playoffs, they 100% did to themselves. Temperature is 56 degrees and sunny with 8-mile-per-hour winds to the west side of the stadium. What's up, Two Evil to Hope? Hope you enjoy your Vikings on Sunday night this week. For the first time ever, the Carolina Panthers are going to be wearing white uniforms with blue pants. I didn't expect to announce that on my bingo card today, but that was announced today on Twitter, so I'll take his word for it. Cam Robinson back in the lineup for Jacksonville, as it looks like Carolina is ready to get the ball first, as we are ready to get underway here at Everbank Stadium. Home of the Jaguars. They start off 8-3. They have lost 2 straight home games, 4 straight games total. They got embarrassed by Tampa Bay last week. I thoroughly enjoyed my Christmas Eve spending time with family and not getting upset over watching the Jaguars, although I did watch the game until it was 30-0. Then I got to the point where I had to stop because it was getting way too bad. Here's the kickoff from left to right, and a squib kick, and away we go from the 904. A must-win for Jacksonville, and a great kick return out to the 40. It was a weak kick, and there is Dearness Johnson. So here's C.J. Beathard, 30 years a Jaguar player. First start, he threw a touchdown to Calvin Ridley last week. He has 171 yards on the season. This is his first start in a Jaguar uniform. He's been the backup since we drafted Trevor in 2021. His last start, January 3rd, 2021. His last win, December in 2020, when the 49ers upset the Cardinals. Travis Etienne to the right side, and a handoff and a gain of 5. It's going to be second down and 5 here for Jacksonville at the 45. Well, it's short and sweet for this Jaguars offense. You have to attack and attack early. Enough of this waiting until the second or third quarter for the offense to heat up. You have a healthy quarterback. I've been calling for this the last 2 weeks. I am happy Beathard is starting today. Why? I know Beathard's significantly worse than Trevor. I get it, as we have an injured Panther down. But to finish my point, I would much rather play a quarterback at 100%. Though skill-wise, he's 100% worse, and Beathard can't scramble. But I would much rather start a quarterback at 100% than start Trevor at like 30 or 40%, because Trevor's been awful the last 3 weeks. As it is the linebacker Frankie Louvu, who tweaked his ankle working against Brandon Sheriff, and he now heads off to the sideline, so that's not good. First play from scrimmage, and we have a Carolina injury. Second down and 4. Etienne behind Beathard. Takes the snap, hand off to the right. Etienne gets stuffed by Derek Brown, and another, and it's going to be third down and 1 coming up for Jacksonville. Well, you can't really do the QB sneak anymore. Trevor, of course, 6'6". The QB sneaks are much easier to do than with a CJ Beathard, who stands at, I think he's at 6'2". But third down and 1, he's 6'2", 215. Beathard's first throw of the game is caught by Evan Ingram at the 41 and a first down for Jacksonville. Time to release Lawrence? Nah, I wouldn't say that. He's just playing injured. And again, I've been preaching since the Browns game. I don't want to play an injured quarterback because now Trevor, I'm going to be honest too, if Jacksonville clinches a playoff spot today, I also want Trevor to miss next week. I don't care at all about the Tennessee game next week if we clinch a playoff spot today. I want Beathard to start again. Get Trevor fully preparated for the wild card game. Pass to the right, Jamal Agnew, making second down at 5, and Beathard begins the day 2 for 2. He did not look bad against Tampa Bay last week, but that's only because Trevor got an injured shoulder when Jacksonville was already down by 4 possessions. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know how good he really played. We're really going to get to see how good Beathard plays today as Tank Bigsby gets to carry up the middle, and it's third down and 4. I can already tell it's going to be a run-heavy game. Luckily, I think Etienne's chest injury has gone away, and I think this is also a good game to get CJ Beathard or get Tank Bigsby's ball rolling again. As by the way, a quick update in the Patriots-Bills game, Jalen Reagor with a 98-yard kick return. Wow, so the Patriots lead the Bills 7-0. Now, I think Buffalo losing technically helps out Jacksonville if Jacksonville loses, but we'll see what happens. Third and 4, Parker Washington in motion. Beathard's going to throw down the right side, and a great catch. Calvin Ridley hauling it in at the 24, and Beathard begins the day 3 for 3. I'm not trying to get too carried away. This is the backup quarterback in his first drive of the game against one of the worst secondaries in the National Football League. But Beathard beginning the day 3 for 3. It's given me a lot of hope. We're seeing first quarter offense, something we haven't seen since the Bengals game. Under center, Beathard takes the snap, and the handoff goes. Etienne tries to burst it out to the right side, and he picks up a yard, maybe 2. Deion Jones, longtime Falcon, with the stop there. It's second down and 8. CJ Beathard, his rookie year, was back in 2017. 5th-round draft pick by the Niners. He started quite a few games that season. Won his first career game in Week 9 of the 2017 season against the Giants. Second down and 8. Beathard, empty backfield. 2 receivers set to the left and right. Beathard takes the low snap, throws down the middle. Pass is caught. Luke Farrell. And he's brought down by Deion Jones. I believe it's going to be third down in inches here. Coming up for Jacksonville. We have a lot of great games, especially in the AFC. Of course, Jaguar fans will be mainly paying attention to the Colts, Raiders, and Texans, Titans. But Dolphins, Ravens, that could determine the 1 seed. Again, if the Patriots beat the Bills, that's huge for the AFC playoff picture. Chiefs, Bengals at 425. We got some great games on today for the NFL. Under center, Beathard on 3rd and 1. Here's the fullback dive. Tank Bigsby gets a gain of 3 and a first down for Jacksonville. And that's what I wanted them to do earlier on this season. I wanted Jacksonville to use Tank Bigsby as a fullback, and they are finally utilizing that today. First down on his second carry. In the first 11 games, Jacksonville averaged 106 rushing yards a game. The last 4 games, they've only averaged 60. They haven't had a rush of 20-plus yards. And, yeah, all the rushing statistics have just gone down pretty much since Cam Robinson was injured. Flag is down before the inside handoff to Tank Bigsby. And let's check the marker. Carl Cheever's our referee. And we have a penalty called against the Panthers. And a timeout is called by Carolina. My apologies. So Chris Tabor, who's been the interim head coach for Carolina, replaced Frank Reich after Week 11. And Carolina has been at least looking a little bit better. They only have 2 wins on the season. It was against the Texans and the Falcons. But they have a chance to make a Colts or Texans fans' day with a massive upset win. Funny enough, my prediction heading in, if Trevor was playing, I was predicting Carolina to win. Since they've done the change to CJ, I'm going to put my faith and pick Jacksonville to win today. No promises, but that's at least what I'm hoping. Under center, Beathard. Tight end in motion. 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's the handoff. Dearness Johnson's first carry, and he's wrapped up immediately and slammed to the ground. Maitos Gross Matos and Derek Brown combining on the stop after a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down and 9 for Jacksonville. 11th play of the drive already. They have chewed up about 5.5 minutes of clock. They got the ball at the 40 thanks to a kickoff, and they've just been driving ever since. 2nd down and 9. Evan Ingram in motion. Beathard takes the snap. Beathard looks, throws, and incomplete for Bretton Strange. That was an overthrow. You also had Tim Jones open to the right, 3rd down and 9. And, even though you have a healthier quarterback in, Beathard is heavily inaccurate compared to Trevor. So, again, Jacksonville did this to themselves. They're playing Russian roulette. I mean, if Trevor wanted to play the Browns game, whatever, but I knew after that Browns game, he should have sat out the Ravens game and 100% should have sat out the Tampa Bay game. Trevor could have been back this week fully healthy, but Jacksonville rushed him. Beathard under duress, and he's sacked back at the 18 by Brian Burns. And so there it is. Beathard's lack of mobility coming in there, and Burns a little shaken up coming off the field. But Jacksonville drives to take a lot of time off the clock, and they'll at least get a field goal attempt out of it. Ryan Burns wrapping up Beathard. Easy sack there. Tyler Shatney letting Burns come through on the left side. Here's Brandon McManus. He's missed 5 of his last 6 field goals. The majority of those kicks have been at home, but McManus does make this one, and Jacksonville takes the 3-0 lead early. They drove down the field and they took the lead. Not much more I can complain about there. It's 3-0 Jacksonville. I'm nervous, dude. I'm nervous. I'm so nervous because, if we blow a 3.5 game division lead, heart can't take it. Again, you win today, and even if the Colts and Texans win, it doesn't matter. You win, you control your own destiny. But we'll see what happens before I speak on behalf of what might happen next week. But I'm thinking right now, realistically, Tennessee is upset. They are mad that the Jaguars eliminated them from the playoffs last year. Well, the Week 18 game. Wow. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Also, how funny is this? The first Jaguars broadcast of 2023, it is New Year's Eve after all. The first Jaguars broadcast of 2023 was the Week 18 game against the Titans. And then the first Jaguar broadcast of 2024 will also be against the Titans. Just weird how that worked. But I think Tennessee is going to keep the Week 18 game last year in the back of their minds. And I know Will Levis wasn't there and it was Josh Dobbs. I don't care. The majority of that roster is still intact outside of pretty much Dobbs and Kevin Byard. So, unless I'm missing anyone else drastic from that game. But I think Tennessee could beat us next week. So, again, preferably, if you clinch the playoffs this week, great. You don't even need to worry about next week. I think you bench Trevor for next week and get him ready for the wild card game. I'm pretty sure it's a given at this point, but the winner of the AFC South will be playing the Browns. Cleveland already destroyed Jacksonville in Cleveland. Maybe in Jacksonville it's a different thing. And never in a million years did I think in 2023 I'd rather have Joe Flacco as my quarterback than Trevor Lawrence. But the Browns are great, and that defense is great, and that running game, even without Nick Chubb, is deadly. So, yeah, I'm trying to just make the playoffs and get Trevor rested as quickly as possible, because if you're playing the Browns in the AFC wildcard, I already think you're losing. So just clinch the playoffs as soon as possible. Here's the kickoff hit. The touch back up to the 25 goes Carolina. So Bryce Young, number 1 overall pick out of Alabama. Roll Tide. We'll see how they do tomorrow against Michigan. Last week against Green Bay had a career high 312 yards, 2 touchdowns, and completed 23 of 36 passes. He was really solid last week. I know the Packers defense is not the best in the world, but it is pretty good. Young, 11 passing touchdowns on the season. Just picking up a win 2 weeks ago against the Falcons. Young in shotgun, 1st and 10, first snap from scrimmage for Carolina. And in the game is Chuba Hubbard. Here's the throw and a gain of 8 for Adam Thielen. Brought down the play by the second-year linebacker out of Utah, Devin Lloyd. Let's take a look at the rest of this Panthers offense. As I mentioned, the offensive line, Cade Mays will be the left guard. Gabe Jackson getting called off the practice squad. He's going to be the right guard today for Carolina. Chuba Hubbard will be the starting back. Chark in his return to Duval, and Adam Thielen along with the rookie Jonathan Mingo, who I believe was drafted in the 3rd round this past year. Mingo in motion, 2nd and 2. Handoff goes. Hubbard is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. And that's been the one thing that has stayed intact for Jacksonville. Outside of the Baltimore game, their run defense has really been solid. It's been the pass defense that has worried me more than anything these past 4 or 5 weeks. Take a look at Jacksonville's defense. They're all healthy. Williams, Campbell, Herndon, the 3 main corners, with Jenkins, Cisco, and Anton Johnson, the 3 safeties. I mean, the secondary is healthy for Jacksonville today, so there is no excuse. Young, audibles at the line. 4 seconds left on the play clock. Down to 2. Young takes the snap. Young looks to the right. Pass is caught. Wide open. First down, Jacksonville. That is Smith Mitten on the grab, and a first down for the Panthers. Imar Smith Marset with the catch, and it's going to be a first down for Carolina. So both teams will not go 3 and out on their opening possessions. And let's see if Carolina can respond in kind with a field goal or touchdown of their own. 1st and 10. Marchette in motion. Young throws out of the backfield. Chuba Hubbard with the grab, and he's brought down by Tyson Campbell at the 48. Campbell had an abysmal week against Mike Evans, giving up a touchdown. Well, at least one of 2 that Mike Evans ended up catching last week. But yeah, he was playing at a Pro Bowl level last year in the end of 2021. So it just baffles me how he's kind of just fallen off this year. And again, I know he's dealt with quite a few injuries, but we'll have to see if he rests up and is much better statistically next year. 2nd down and 4. Young, the handoff. Hubbard up the middle. Brought down by Aluakon. The first of many tackles for him on the day. First down, Carolina. Here's a nice handoff from Young. And a good blocking by the tight end and the wide receiver, Mingo. As Hubbard's just able to find that hole down the left side and get that first down for the Panthers. Young. I'm trying to clean off my computer screen. Takes the snap. Here's the handoff. Miles Sanders' first carry in a gain of 8. Funny enough, I was just checking if Miles Sanders was actually going to be active for today's game. I wasn't sure if he was the last minute inactive because they had Hubbard in the game for every single play up until that point, but now Miles Sanders is in. Just a quick little score update around the AFC South. Texans up 3-0 over the Titans. Colts up 7-3 over the Raiders. And, of course, in the biggest game today, Dolphins-Ravens. That game tied at 7. Here's Young. Second and 3. Fakes the inside handoff to Sanders. Looks down the right side and incomplete. As the intended receiver was going to be, I believe, Terrence Marshall Jr., and it's going to be 3rd down and 3 for Carolina. Well, either be a punt or a very long field goal for Carolina if they do not convert this 3rd down. Baltimore just tied it. It was a 20-yard receiving touchdown for Justice Hill. If the Ravens win today, they clinch the 1 seed in the AFC. Dolphins, I'm pretty sure if they win today and next week, they will clinch the 1 seed. And I'm pretty sure they're the only 2 teams that can't clinch, maybe Cleveland, but I doubt it. Here's Bryce Young. He throws. Pass is tipped and tipped again. Oh, Rashawn Jenkins almost had a pick. It was batted up in the air not once but twice. 4th and 3. And what are they going to do here? Man-on-man coverage. Jenkins, good job covering the tight end. Stephen Sullivan there. And look at that. He almost picked it off. Sullivan almost caught off the ricochet by Jenkins. And then Jenkins just knocked it away out of bounds. 4th and 3. Carolina's going to go for it. Ball is placed at the Jacksonville 38. This could be a massive momentum shift. They're 18 for 40 on 4th down conversions this year. Young, 3 seconds left on the shot clock. In shotgun. Takes the snap. Throws wide open is Adam Thielen. And Thielen's going to get out of bounds at the 24. Why would you play zone, Mike Caldwell? Why are you playing zone? It's 4th and 3. Stop it. Just play man-to-man, please. Oh, my gosh. That was a momentum shifter right there. And, I mean, either Sullivan or Thielen was going to be open. That was a good setup by Carolina. Because either the receiver or the tight end was going to be open. And they just let Young have probably the easiest completion of his day. Down to the 24. They fake the end around. They throw the screen. Mingo is blown up by Tyson Campbell. And they knock him out of bounds. That's going to be a loss of about anywhere between 3 to 6 yards. What a play. Tyson Campbell, he read the fake end around into a screen. And Campbell playing at least starting off better than what he did last week against Tampa Bay. Doing a heck of a job. It's 2nd down and 14 for the Panthers. So they'll give Mingo a loss of 4 on that one. Under center back at the 28. Young takes the snap. In motion is Marshall. Here's the handoff. Up the middle, Hubbard. Down to the 22. They're in comfortable field goal range for Eddie Pinheiro now. It is 3rd down and medium for the Panthers. Caldwell. The rush defense is still ranked 11th, but pass defense ranked 29th. Defense went from like 12th in the league to 25th. I mean, that's what happens when you have a bad month defensively. 3rd down and 7, CBS will call it. At the 22, Young audibles. Here's the snap, empty backfield. Young throws down the middle, passes tipped at the line, and incomplete. Young with a laser of a throw, but Jacksonville knocks it down at the line of scrimmage. 4th and 7, and you got to realize Carolina has nothing to lose. They might be content with just going for it on 4th down a lot. Aluakon comes running up the middle, and he knocks the ball down with his left hand. But again, you got to remember, Carolina has nothing to lose here. Even though they're well inside Pinheiro's field goal range, they are lining up to go for it. Now, they could just try to draw Jacksonville off sides. I'm not sure. Young takes the snap with a second left on the play clock under immediate duress, and down goes Bryce Young. It's Roy Robertson Harris, and Young is holding his back in agony. Oh no, Bryce Young got crushed by Roy Robertson Harris as Jacksonville brought the safety blitz. I mean, 4th and 7. I know Carolina has nothing to lose. They go for it. Personally, I would have kicked the field goal. And if Bryce Young is injured, they're going to definitely wish they kicked the field goal. 3-0 Jacksonville. But Bryce Young, as he was sacked by Harris, he was holding his lower back. And I hope Young does not get hurt because, my goodness, he has had such a tough rookie year with coaching changes and holding the league's worst record, and he's made the most of it. I give Bryce Young a lot of credit. He is not a bust yet. He gets way too much flock. It's not the Panthers' fault that they took him over C.J. Stroud, all right? That has nothing to do with anything. That is Panthers' ownership, not Bryce Young. We head into commercial break. So hopefully Young's okay. As I mentioned, Andy Dalton will be the backup for Carolina. Dalton did start against the Seahawks. That was back in week 3 or week 4, and I don't think he's really played since. He had 55 passing attempts in that game. So we could see Andy Dalton in what will become a battle of the backups between him and Beathard. Ben the Cube was taken. How's it going? Oh my goodness. I'm just so stressed. Especially if Andy Dalton is in. Jacksonville did not preparate to play Andy Dalton today, so I don't know. It was a weird drive for Carolina, though. I mean, I'm taking the points 100% there. 4th and 7, it would be like a 49, 50-yard field goal. I know Pinheiro's not the best kicker in terms of distance, but I would have assumed he would have at least attempted it. Maybe if it was late in the game, I could see you getting a little aggressive. But this early, I would have kicked the field goal. And, of course, now if Bryce Young hurt his lower back and he could be inactive for a drive or the rest of the game, then I think you really messed up. But we'll see what happens. Young is walking as we head on a commercial break. He does go into the medical tent, so get Andy Dalton ready. The third string, or I guess the practice squad quarterback for the Panthers, Jake Luton, former Jaguars 6th-round pick. Second drive for Jacksonville begins with a toss and a gain of about 4 for ETN. So Beathard has not played terrible as we go back to the Young sack again. It's 4th and 7. Jacksonville brings the house. Walker off the right side, Allen off the left. Allen drops back in coverage. Pressure immediately got there. Cisco gets around the offensive line. So does Smoot. But it's going to be Roy Robertson Harris who's going to get credited with the sack. 2nd down and 6. Play fake. Beathard throws the screen. He completes it to ETN. ETN's got a first and a gain of 7. Not too shabby there. Beathard under immediate duress, but he's able to get the play action pass off. 1st down for Jacksonville, and that's good. 2 drives, at least you're not going to be seeing a 3 and out. Derek Brown, 88 tackles on the season. He's going to be the main man to focus on with Brian Bird's questionable with the knee injury. Of course, he got the sack on Beathard on 3rd down. It's kind of weird how that works. Carolina players falling down like tumbleweeds here as a gain of 2 for ETN on that 1st down carry. First, you have Brown and Young, or rather Burns and Young, probably the 2 players on Carolina, a Carolina fan wouldn't want to get hurt, have now gone down. Jacksonville, with this 2nd and 7, will now looks like they'll take 1 more snap and head into the 2nd quarter. 2nd and 7. ETN takes the handoff to the right, lowers his shoulder to midfield. It'll be 3rd down and about 3 coming up for Jacksonville. The market 3rd down and 4. And that will conclude the 1st quarter. So Brandon McManus's field goal is the only difference maker in this one. We've only had 3 total drives in this game thus far. Jacksonville leads it 3-0 heading into the 1st intermission. Don't go anywhere. 2nd quarter coming up right after this here on YouTube. Jaguars and Panthers at the bank. And that commercial break here at the 9:04. Jacksonville has the ball. 3rd down and 4 at their own 49 to begin the second quarter. Beathard at a shotgun formation, throws on the left side, and he underthrows Calvin Ridley. 4th and 4 coming up, and we're going to see our first punt of the game by either side. Logan Cook, come on down. Logan Cook on the season, pretty solid, 2,710 punting yards, his longest punt being 65, averaging 47.5 yards a punt, and Smith Marset will be the return man for the Panthers in the battle of the 1995 inaugural Season Bowl. Of course, Jaguars, Panthers both got in the NFL in 1995. Here's the return out to the 21, brought down the play by the special teams captain Andrew Wingard. Wingard is under a little scrutiny from Jacksonville fans everywhere. He, of course, touched the Pittsburgh Steelers' beloved terrible towel during the win against the Steelers back in October. And, of course, it is the yellow curse or something, how they wave their terrible towels. I guess it's called the terrible towel curse. And since Wingard was messing around with it and waving it when Jacksonville beat Pittsburgh, apparently he's under a lot of scrutiny. That's why Jacksonville's on their losing streak. Oh, I love those stupid rumors. Those are so funny. Coming up with those, you touched the terrible towel, your team's got to do terrible. Oh, Jacksonville has lost 4 games since then, so I don't know. Actually, 5. They lost 5 games since then. The San Francisco game, too. They've lost 5 since that. That's their 7 losses. What's up, Billy? Thanks for stopping by. The 7 losses in order for Jacksonville go: Kansas City, Houston, San Francisco, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Baltimore, Tampa, and then their 8 wins in a row. 1 week 1 against the Colts, week 4 against the Falcons in London and Buffalo in London as well. So they were sitting at 3-2, and then this is when they went on the winning streak. Week 6 against the Colts, week 7 against the Saints. Week 8 was Pittsburgh. I think week 9 was their bye week. Niners, they lost. Then they beat the Titans. And that's when they started going on their losing streak. Shucks. But, I mean, whether Jacksonville goes far in the playoffs or not, I originally had us going to the AFC Championship. Guess it's not probably going to happen, but if we could at least make the playoffs and maybe win a wild card game, that would just be the cherry on top. I'm not really – my expectations are really low now. I want us to do well, but I'm not feeling it anymore. When we had a chance to be the 1 seed, I thought sky was the limit. We could have been in the Super Bowl, not anymore. But we'll see what happens. Carolina's second drive, and though Bryce Young, he might be dealing with a back injury, but he is staying out there. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Their second drive of the game starts at their own 22. Thielen in motion. Handoff goes. Hubbard up the middle. Brought down by Josh Allen. And it's going to be a gain of 2. Second down and 8 coming up here for the Panthers. As we have a Bills update, Josh Allen off a QB sneak, and the Bills lead the Patriots 10-7. Buffalo right in the thick of things, that AFC wildcard picture. Cleveland, who's already clinched a spot with their Thursday night win over the Jets. They're the 5th seed, Bills 6, Colts currently the 7th seed, despite their loss to the Falcons last week. Second down and 8. Bryce Young, empty backfield. 2 seconds left on the play clock. Takes the snap. Young under duress. Fires down the middle and incomplete. He almost hit Thielen. And it's going to be 3rd down and 8 for Carolina. I'm not done with Trevor as my franchise QB. Nah, man. I want to give him his time, He was great last year. This year, he started off decent, and then he really trailed off. But, I mean, when you're playing through an ankle injury, a shoulder injury, and a potential concussion, I don't think you should be playing. And I think it's a good thing that Trevor's not playing this week. I have not given up at Trevor at all. I just really wanted Beathard to start this week. Young under duress. Down he goes. Trayvon Walker. You want to talk about someone who's gained my respect this year. Trayvon has done that and then some. He has been awesome to watch and see him develop as an edge rusher. That is his 8th sack of the season for the 2022 number 1 overall pick. And it's another it's going to be another scoreless drive for the Panthers. Allen and Walker both got there, and Walker will get credited with the sack. At least Jacksonville's defensive line applying the pressure against the pass. 4th and 18, we'll get to see the former All-Pro punter, Johnny Hekker. Boots it away from right to left, and Hekker back spins out of bounds to the Jacksonville 43. And a fun stat about Johnny Hekker, he, of course, has the most punting yards in the Super Bowl. He was with the Rams back in Super Bowl 53. Trayvon Walker's sack. Jacksonville still up 3-0 with 13 minutes to go in the second. Geez, I feel like we've been going into a lot of commercial breaks here. Let's take a look at some scores, since that's kind of the one thing I haven't done yet. Let's take a look at some of the other NFL scores. So we know it's 10-7 Buffalo over New England. It is 7-0 Saints over the Bucks. That game's huge because that game determines the NFC South crown. Dolphins up 10-7 over the Ravens. That game starting the second quarter very shortly. The Rams are up 7-0 over the Giants. I think the Rams clinch a playoff spot if they win. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they'll be at 95% if they win today, as they should. Giants losing to the Eagles on Christmas Day, benching Tommy DeVito for Tyrod Taylor. So, I mean, we'll see how good they do, but I'm not expecting them to do anything crazy. Looks like Texans are still up 3-0 over the Titans. The Eagles up 7-3 over the Cardinals. Falcons and Bears in the worst matchup of the day. 7-0 Chicago leads. And the 49ers, oh boy, against Washington. 10-0 San Francisco leads. Oh boy, I do not want to be Washington today playing San Francisco after their beatdown on Monday Night Football. I would not want to be the Commanders today. The Niners, they're out for blood. The Ravens destroyed them on Monday. I think San Francisco is out for blood, and they're gonna beat the brakes off Washington. I mean, cool. Sam Howell plays great. He can save his job, maybe. I feel like the Bucs win today. Me too. Saints are winning right now, but I don't think that's a big issue. Yes, to my knowledge, C.J. Stroud did start. But again, he hasn't played in 2 weeks, and he played terrible in the Jets game. So, I mean, Tennessee, please. I never want you to win ever again, but if you could win, that would be awesome. Oh, it's 9-0. They're not going to. 9-0. Brevin Jordan, their backup tight end, just made it 9-0. Okay. Well, Texans. It looks like they're going to be Tennessee. So probably ain't going to clinch the division today. How unfortunate. Beathard takes the throw. And a nice catch by Calvin Ridley. And a gain of 13 before he's pushed out of bounds. Good job by Calvin Ridley there. His second catch as Jacksonville begins their third drive of the game with a nice first down grab. So again, even though they punted on the last drive, they have yet to go 3 and out on any possession today. Should check out East Coast Gridiron. Dante's the main guy, and he's a Jags fan. Really? I'll definitely check him out. East Coast Gridiron. I'll look that up during the commercial break. I'll go sub to him and watch him later. Under center, Beathard at the 48. Takes the snap. Fakes the handoff to ETN. Beathard throws to ETN. ETN with a great move on the linebacker. And he picks up 8 yards. Second down and 2 before he is brought down by Nick Thurman. Let's take a look at the offensive injuries today. They got Cam Robinson back. Kirk still on IR with a groin injury. This is Zay Jones' 8th game missed, dealing with a hamstring injury. And, of course, Trevor's out with the shoulder injury. This is Lawrence's first game missed. He played, including the 2 playoff games last year, he played 49 consecutive. Second down and 2. Beathard rolls out to the right, and he's going to lose a yard as Gross Matos gets the tackle. It's 3rd and 3. I think that had to be a botched play, because there was no way they just had CJ Beathard try to outrun a linebacker and a defensive end. There was no way that was going to happen. 3rd down and 3. Jacksonville 3 for 5 on 3rd down conversions. And again, Jacksonville, all that matters is you win today. You control your own destiny. Trevor wearing the headset on the sideline, being a great leader and mentor to Beathard. Beathard rolls out to the right, throws on the run. Pass is caught, and only a gain of a yard for the rookie out of Penn State, Parker Washington. It's going to be 4th and 1. And Jacksonville's going to go for it because Doug Peterson. I mean, Doug Peterson's probably the 2nd most aggressive head coach in the league, but oh boy, the ending of last night's Cowboys-Lions game. I'm not getting into it. I think the Lions got robbed. I'm not getting into it. But going forward, 2-point conversion 3 times. Dan Campbell's incredible. 4th and 1. Beathard throws. Passes reeled in. Evan Ingram at the 35. First down, Jacksonville. Oh, they converted a 4th and 1. And Jacksonville's drive stays alive. But yeah, I mean, Dan Campbell is probably the most aggressive head coach in the league, and I would put Doug Peterson at number 2. But, because, yeah, I mean, not getting into the whole controversy last night. Let's just say the officiating crew got what they deserved. I'll put it that way. ETN gets nothing at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd and 10. By the way, update in the Patriots-Bills game. Bailey Zappi is 1 for 4 for 5 yards and a pick. And now they're showing the Jordan touchdown. That made it 10-0 Houston. Well, again, if Houston wins today, there isn't a way Jacksonville can clinch the division. So I guess at this point, they are just winning in hopes to also win next week. Ridley in motion from left to right. Here's the snap from Beathard, 2nd and 10. He guns it down the middle, and it's tipped at the line. Incomplete. And it is going to be 3rd and 10. Jacksonville 3 for 6 on third down conversions. Carolina's 1 for 4 on their offensive side. Look at this great knockdown by Derek Brown. Kind of stinks Carolina's 2 and 13, or else he'd get massive Pro Bowl recognition. Let's hope he makes it this year. Jacksonville has not converted their last 3 third downs, although they did convert that 4th down. Let's see what happens here. They're well inside McManus's field goal range. Beathard 2-step drop, fires down the middle. Ingram is wide open. Ingram to the 20. The stiff arm, he's wrangled out of bounds at the 13. 1st down, Jacksonville. Well, that's a way to respond, eh? 1st down. They are now 4 for 7 on third down conversions today. And Evan Ingram, I know he only has 3 touchdowns on the season. I don't care. He has done exactly what he's needed to do this season. Whether he gets in the end zone or not, he's been that great security blanket for Trevor and is now doing the same for Beathard. Ball placed at the 13. Inside handoff, and Bigsby loses loses 4 yards. Screaming up the middle, none other than Derek Brown. Well, here's Evan Ingram. Here's the 7th NFL season, 2nd with Jacksonville. He got that massive $40 million contract. He has 43 catches in Week 11. That's the most in the league. And, again, 3 touchdowns, but that doesn't matter. Ingram is also the 8th tight end in NFL history to do something. That stat went by way too quickly on CBS's part. And now we have an injured Panther, and it is Dante Jackson, the corner. But they'll quickly get him off, and we can resume play. 8:23 to go in the first half. Jacksonville well inside the red zone. They're looking to make this a 2-possession game. You really just want this to be a stress-free game for the Jaguars because, my goodness, the fan base has just been livid the past 4 weeks, myself included. You just want to have that nice, relaxing, stress-free win. You're going to be stressing out next week against Tennessee because I think Trevor's playing next week no matter what because Houston is up 17-0. So you're going to have Trevor playing next week if he's able to. 2nd and 13, good throw to Ingram down to the 9-yard line, and it'll be 3rd down and manageable for Jacksonville. Well, of course, the Titans are not doing the Jaguars any favors. Will Levis was sacked. The ball was scooped up by Sheldon Rankins, making it 17-0 Texans. Goodness gracious. Sheldon Rankins, former Saint draft pick there. 3rd down and 5 at the 8. Beathard and shotgun. ETN the running back. Beathard takes a snap. Rolls out to the right. Beathard throws on the run, and he overthrows Ridley. Oh, perhaps I was getting a little too greedy. The best footwork of the afternoon from Beathard, though. That was some good footwork. He rolled out to the right, and he just threw that ball just a little lower, and he could have had Calvin Ridley for a touchdown, but instead, we'll get McManus' 2nd field goal attempt of the day. This is to make it 6-0. 26-yard chip shot, a little shorter than his previous kick. He made the first one from 35. Good snap, good hold, and McManus is right down the middle. The question is, can McManus hit those 50-yarders? We know he can drill these kicks inside 40. 6-0. I mean, they're driving and they're scoring points. I wish they were touchdowns. Maybe with Trevor they would be touchdowns, but as long as you're in the lead, you're in the lead, and you just need to be in the lead to win the game. This is one of those games where if Jacksonville won like 10-9, I would not say a word. I'd just be like, we won. Division chances are still alive. Don't care. So we know it's 17-0 Houston over Tennessee. Buffalo leads New England 13-10. Dolphins lead the Ravens 10-7. Bears leading the Falcons 14-7. Raiders have the ball, but the Colts leading that one 7-3. Giants, Rams tied at 7. Eagles up 14-3 over the Cardinals. Saints up 7-0 over the Bucks, and the 49ers beating the Commanders 10-3. Remember, last night's Lions-Cowboys game was the Monday night game for this week. There is no Monday night game. So we had just the Thursday night game, last night's game, and then we have the rest of the games on today. Shout out to Scott Hansen at NFL Red Zone. He has a busy first half of the day, but the second half really eases off here. Steelers, Seahawks, Chiefs, Bengals, and Chargers, Broncos. Just 3 games in the 4 o'clock window, with Vikings, Packers being the Sunday night football game. Jaron Hall against Jordan Love. So Evan Ingram, here's a stat that I couldn't read. It went by too fast. Jaguars tight end Evan Ingram is the 8th tight end in NFL history to have 100-plus receptions in a season. That's my man. That's my man. Oh, man, I love Evan Ingram. He's been such a good acquisition, too. We got him for dirt cheap on a 1-year deal. And he has emerged as that starting tight end. Thank you, Kyle, for the stat. And thank you, Kyle, of course, for letting me borrow your Game Pass until the Seahawks are on. 7:18 to go here in the second. So if this game does go past 4:05 to start the Seahawks game, we will transfer over to an illegal streaming service. But I'm hoping by that point the game is either over or Jacksonville is up by a lot of possessions. So we can maybe even end it a little early because I want to spend some night with my friend. Oh, you can use it till the game's over. I appreciate it, Kyle, but don't worry. If Jacksonville's up by like 3 possessions with like 2 minutes left and it's 4:05, I'm not gonna bust your chops. I'll get off. But I do appreciate it though. We would not be using. Oh, you're using your brother's Sunday ticket? Oh, that works for me then. I hope he has a safe flight down to Australia, by the way. Miles Sanders a yard and flag down. No, he's staying home. Gotcha. But okay, at least you're using your brother's Sunday ticket. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you guys. It's funny because Kyle's brother is a Steelers fan. And I'm telling Kyle, I'm like, Steelers Seahawks is on Fox in Massachusetts. Why wouldn't it be airing on Fox in Connecticut? The TV rights make 0 sense. 0. But because isn't Connecticut technically closer to Pittsburgh than Massachusetts is? Technically speaking, I think it is. Young is 5 for 9 for 33 yards. And it's 1st and 15 now for Carolina. Ball placed at the 20. Young takes the snap, throws the screen, and a great tackle there. Darius Williams. And Carolina cannot run a screen right now. Smith got absolutely run over by Darius Williams. Let's take a look here on the replay. Nice catch. Damn near Brock Lesnar suplex tackle from Darius Williams. Look at this. Great hit. Campbell had a great hit on the other time Carolina ran a screen. They now have 4 plays for negative yards. That's a loss of 9 on the play. Young takes the snap, throws another screen. This time they will pick up yards, though. They'll get about 7. Lloyd and Jenkins combining on the tackle there, and it's 3rd and 13, so they'll give Smith a gain of 6. J.J. Jenkins, the long snapper, talking to Panthers head coach. I think they're preparing for another punt here. By the way, here's the pressure leaders this season. Parsons with 92 leads the league. Allen ranks second with 88 pressures, and of course Nick Bosa third with 85. Third and 12, the longest third down Carolina has faced all day. Young in shotgun takes the snap. Hubbard slipped, and Allen with the sack. First it was Harris, and then it was Walker, and now it is the Jacksonville's sack leader, Josh Allen, make it 14 and a half on the season. I mean, Young immediately sensed the pressure, and that's the one thing I've seen so far that he's got to realize more. He's got to throw the ball away or use his capability to run out of the pocket. Young is faster than Beathard, and Beathard's done a much better job getting out of the pocket so far in this game. So 4th and 23, 2 negative-yard plays on that drive for Carolina. Here's a punt from Hecker in his own end zone, and it's fair caught at the 41 by Jamal Agnew. Jacksonville up 6-0. Defense coming up strong. Let's see if Jacksonville, with a touchdown or field goal, it doesn't matter. They can make it a 2-possession game with 4:35 to go in the second. All right, back in commercial break. Okay. We're in a good spot. I wish their offense would be a little bit better. I'm not being greedy. We got Beathard in, and we're still winning pretty handily for a 6-0 game. But, oh my God, Press Taylor. You're still running plays like Trevor's in the game. You can't do that. You can't. Outside runs to ETN and short throws for Beathard. That's what you do. That's what you do when you get inside the 20-25. That's what you do. Don't mess around. Just do what you need to do. Score some points. Other scores. Ravens up 14-10 over Miami. Buffalo beating the Patriots 13-7 right now. Ooh, excuse me. Bears beating the Falcons 14-7. Colts beating the Raiders 7-3 still. Giants Rams tied at 7. Eagles up 14-3 over the Cardinals, and Saints up 7-0 over Tampa. Oh my gosh. Of course. Why would the Raiders and Titans, both teams who've been playing really solid the past few weeks, of course they would lay an egg. Titans especially. Tannehill's in the game right now. What happened to Levis? Did he get hurt again? Tannehill's in the game. No, maybe that's actually a blessing in disguise. I don't know. The Colts, they're up 7-3. Don't get me wrong, Minshew. I love you, bro, but you're not with us no more. Minshew's not even playing that good. Well, his completion percentage is good, but Aiden O'Connell's got more passing yards. Oh, boy. It's going to be a race to the finish, ain't it? I think Jacksonville needs Houston to lose more than Indy because we have tiebreaker over Indy. I'm not really scared of the Colts. I'm more scared of the Texans. Here's ETN bouncing off some tackles and getting a gain of 4 before he is brought down by Parks. It's going to be 2nd down and 6. That Will Parks. I don't see Will Parks on my roster. But anyways, it's going to be 2nd down, 5 ETN, 22 rushing yards on the day. Beathard throws it deep. Pass is caught by Jamal Agnew. And Agnew's brought down at the 6. Oh, Beathard, and there's your best throw in a Jaguar uniform right there. Oh, let him sling the thing. Why not? No. Agnew's holding his right ankle. Oh, my God. Bro, we're already without Kirk and Jones. We don't need to be without Agnew. Oh my God, no! That went. This just went from 100 to 0 so fast. Commercial break. Because of course Agnew would get hurt. Of course. Oh my God! Add another injury to the pile. My gosh. So if Agnew doesn't return, your three receivers will be Ridley, Washington, Tim Jones with Elijah Cooks as the fourth. I guess as long as Ingram or Ridley don't get hurt, we're still fine. Oh, yeah. This has been an injury-plagued season for the Jaguars. It's just been an injury-plagued year in general for every team. I mean, God, look at all the quarterbacks that have missed a game this year. It's ridiculous. But I know last year, I think they set the record for like most quarterbacks to start a game. I think this year absolutely shattered that record. But Agnew was holding his right ankle off a beautiful throw from C.J. Beathard, his best as a Jaguar uniform. I haven't seen Beathard sling the rock that good since 2019. My gosh, what a beautiful throw. It was 48 yards. Beathard, the hook up to Agnew, and let's just hope this is a momentary injury, and Agnew will get right back out there next drive. All right. Agnew is currently limping into the medical tent. Uh-oh. That's not a good sign. It was a great move. He got around the corner, made a fantastic catch. He just got wrapped up in the ankle, and I just think it got twisted a little bit. So 1st and goal for C.J. Beathard, looking for his first touchdown pass in this stadium, not including the preseason, since he did score a couple of touchdowns against the Dolphins back in the preseason. Fakes it to Bigsby. Beathard throws. Pass is caught and Strange. Be brought down after a yard by Kareem Gruger-Hill. It's going to be 2nd and goal for the Jaguars. And now Strange gets tackled helmet first into the turf. He gets substituted out. Oh, we don't need Strange getting hurt either. My goodness. Strange's first catch of the game in a gain of 2. He's now down on a knee on the Jaguar sidelines, and Agnew might have his fellow offensive buddy join him in the medical tent if he is not good. 2nd and goal. Beathard throws in the back of the end zone. Incomplete and caught in the first row. My lady in a blue jacket, she caught it off the ricochet. Unfortunately, that will not count for points, and it's 3rd and goal. Oh, I love getting fired up with someone in the crowd or someone in the bench makes a grab. Yep, last Jags game of 2023. How's it going, Brendan? Thanks for stopping by. They're up 6-0 in the red zone right now. It's 3rd and goal. Beathard looks for the end zone, and he overthrew Ridley. Because Press Taylor doesn't know how to adapt. He does not know how to adapt. You are running plays like Trevor is the quarterback. Why are you doing that? Beathard and Lawrence are polar opposites. Polar opposites. And yet he still runs the offense like Trevor's out there. I don't get it. Well, bring out McManus for another one. Make it 9-0. I mean, at least we're up by 2 possessions. I guess that's a good thing, right? 24-yard attempt is right down the middle. So, I mean, we're up by 2 possessions, technically speaking. 9-0? Oh, God. I can't even pull away from the Panthers. I can't watch any games because you're flying back from Colorado. Damn. Bro, I'm sorry. But I hope you had a good time. You were sending me some nice pictures, so I hope it was a good time at least. I'll give you a quick score update right now. The Giants and Rams were tied at 7 last I checked. They are still tied at 7. The Ravens are beating the Dolphins 14-10, but Miami is currently driving. Buffalo is up 20-7 over the Patriots. The Bears are up 14-7 over the Falcons. The Colts are up 13-3 over the Raiders. Texans up 20-0 over the Titans. And the Eagles are up 14-6 over the Cardinals, and the Saints up 7-0 over the Bucks. And perhaps the biggest shocker of the day, a Terry McLaurin touchdown. The Commanders have just tied the 49ers at 10. Oh my, if San Francisco loses to Washington. Actually, I don't even want them to, because then I'm just going to feel even more bad for the Lions and how that game ended last night. Still in commercial break here, so it's 9-0. So at the end of the day, I mean, I can't really complain much, eh? Still up, but I'm really about to lose in fantasy. I'm about to lose my fantasy championship. Oh my gosh. If only I started Brees Hall. Tough. Whatever. Jeez. I feel like all my fantasy teams are like getting destroyed right now. This is not fun. Cole Kmet doesn't have a catch. That's fun. Brandon Cooks went off. Younghoe Koo missed 2 kicks. I'm literally losing in every single one of my fantasy leagues right now. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm going to check your fantasy football for the rest of the day. Screw that. I'm losing in all 3 of my leagues right now. It's the injuries, dude. My goodness. Here's the kickoff from McManus from right to left and touchback, or from right to, or left to right. Yeah, my directions mixed up. My goodness. Bryce Young at the 25. Carolina has yet to score, and, well, they're going to have to see what they do here because, I don't know, man. I feel like Jacksonville has full control now, but if Carolina scores one more, like if they score a touchdown and it's 9-7, I'm not going to feel so confident anymore, if that makes sense. 2:45 to go in the first half. Young in motion. Young the snap. Here's the handoff. Chuba Hubbard up the middle, and Hubbard down after a gain of 7. You think Jacksonville's winning 23-21? I think much lower. I don't think Jacksonville's breaking the 16 hole. They're going to kick. No, they're going to get 15 points. They're going to kick 2 more field goals, and they're going to win 15-3. That's my prediction. I don't think we're scoring a touchdown in this game. I'm being dead honest. Because Press Taylor is not adapting. He thinks Beathard can do everything Trevor can, but he can't. Run the ball with DTN when you're in the red zone. Here is the end around, and getting absolutely nothing there was Smith. He's brought down by Trayvon Walker. 3rd and long coming up for Carolina as we hit the 2-minute warning. Wow, pretty quick first half here. 2-minute warning. Jacksonville up 9-0. And back to commercial break again. I mean, maybe we'll score 1, but it's going to be an ETN. It's going to be an ETN rushing touchdown. I don't really see how. By the way, Carolina has 5 net passing yards because of the 3 sacks by Jacksonville. And Jamal Agnew has more receiving yards than Young does passing yards too, which is pretty crazy off that one catch. We'll give you an update on Agnew when we get one. Again, after that 48-yard bomb from Beathard, he injured his ankle. So we'll see what happens. By the way, Bryce Young We're going to show you right here. The frustration is boiling, throwing down the tablet. Oh my gosh. We have breaking NHL news. The Maple Leafs have just put Ilya Samsonov on waivers. And if Jack Campbell didn't get claimed, I don't think Samsonov's going to. But wow. Because no one's going to claim that contract. But my gosh. All right, so what we're going to do during halftime is we're going to recap the sports news because we do have quite a bit of football and baseball news to cover. And then we might do a grid, and then I'll probably head off the rest of halftime. So my goal is to basically fill in probably like 7 or 8 minutes of the halftime. We'll go over sports news, we'll do a grid, and then we'll head into halftime. As they are showing the inaugural bowl, the Panthers defeated the Jaguars in July of 1995. It was the inaugural bowl with the Panthers beating the Jaguars. There's Dom Capers. He was the Panthers head coach from 95 to 98. He's now the senior defensive assistant. Of course, he was the head coach that led the Panthers to the 1996 NFC Championship game where they just fell short to the Packers. Bryce Young, empty backfield, 3rd and 3, first play out of the 2-minute warning, and Josh Allen gets his 15th sack of the season. His second sack of the game, and hit you celebration. Unreal sack from Josh Allen. He is fun to watch, man. I love this guy. Lock him up long term, why don't you? His contract does expire, and Jacksonville could give him the keys to the city. I would not care a lick. Look at this. He is being held by the left tackle, and he still rips through him and gets the sack. And I love that little he kicks the leg up and does the scarecrow celebration. I love that. That's a sick celebration. But 4th and 10, Jacksonville burns a timeout so they can quickly get the ball back. Allen, 15.5 sacks on the season. That is now the Jaguars' single-season record, passing who I'm sure was Calais Campbell, Yannick Ngakoue, or Tony Brackens. Take your pick on whoever had the record beforehand. Here's the punt. And it's going to roll out to the 29. And by the way, since Agnew is currently injured, shouldn't say he's inactive for the rest of the game. We don't know. But Parker Washington will be the kick and punt returner for Jacksonville the rest of the way. And if he was to also go down, then I'd imagine it'd be Tim Jones, but don't quote me on that. It might be Dearness Johnson. So, Beathard, 3 field goals and a punt. And again, I don't know, if Trevor's healthy. I don't know if they're up 21-0 right now. I'm not here to speculate. Patriots have 5 turnovers. They do? Oh, Lord. I just see Buffalo up 20-6. I don't know anything that's going on, Sam. I'm sorry. Here's the incompletion for Tim Jones. It's going to be 2nd and 10. I'm sorry, bro. The Patriots were looking good. They beat Pittsburgh. They beat Denver. But I guess today ain't their day. And they're going to go right back up into 3rd overall pick. So I guess that's good. Oh, sorry to 14. Zabby got a rushing TD. There you go. Julio Jones got 2 touchdowns. Appreciate you guys informing me all of this. My goodness. I'm missing a crazy week. Here's Ingram down to the 32. I mean, if you commit 5 turnovers and you're still only trailing by 6, that says a lot about the Bills. And Buffalo didn't look great last week either against the Chargers, but if they get swept by the Patriots this year, my God, that would be crazy. 3rd down and 5. Ingram in motion from left to right. Jacksonville trying to avoid their first punt since the opening drive of the second quarter. Beathard under immediate duress, and down he goes. Beathard immediately sensed the blitz, and it's Deion Jones with the sack. And there's the punt. And so Jacksonville still up by 2 possessions, but not being able to break away. Josh Allen's passing game has been non-existent. Really? Wow. Oh, boy. Let's go Patriots. Ugh. It would help them out. What's up, Kyle Hoffman? Thanks for stopping by. Oh, Bills fan. How's it going? Or Kylie, my apologies. How's it going? Timeout called by Carolina. And so Logan Cook's ready to punt it away. So if anyone wants to give me any updates around the league, feel free to inform me. It'll be some stuff to, I guess, talk about during the commercial breaks and whatnot. Here's Cook out to punt. His first boot was from 36 yards. And this punt will land at the 26. And Smith is running backwards, and he's pushed out of bounds by Shaq Quarterman just outside the 30. So 48 seconds left in this first half. Bryce Young, he dealt with an injury in the first quarter. He has continued to play through it, but he has not looked great. And now we have a flag, and it's going to potentially be a horse collar on Caleb Johnson. That's a Jaguar name I haven't called in a long time this year. Caleb Johnson, number 57. He's going to get called on the horse collar. So Carolina will, I think, get 15 yards. Johnson's upset. I mean, yeah. It's 21-13 Ravens. Really? Man, what a good game that is. Dolphins-Ravens. Such a good game. I think if that's a rematch in the AFC Championship, that would be really cool. That would be really cool if the Ravens-Dolphins is the AFC Championship. Chuba Hubbard shifts from right to left here. It's 1st and 10 for Young. Young takes the snap, fakes the inside handoff, throws to the tight end. And getting away from Aluakon and getting a gain of 7 is Tommy Tremble. It's going to be second down to about 3 or 4 coming up here for Carolina as they look to kick a field goal and make it a 1-possession game again. Yeah, if you stay tuned during halftime, we'll give you guys score updates around the league and some sports news throughout the week. We've had quite a bit of sports news, from football to baseball to college football, and we'll go through all that, and maybe I'll give my bowl game predictions for tomorrow. Second down and 4. Young takes the snap, empty backfield, throws to the left. Pass is caught, and Adam Thielen with a gain of a yard. It's 3rd down and 3 coming up for Carolina. And, of course, if you're new here, please subscribe on YouTube. On the road to 500 subscribers. We've broadcasted every single Jaguar game this year, but the one last week, and I'm very happy that we did not call the game last week because the Buccaneers absolutely embarrassed us. 3rd down and 4. Josh Allen coming off the edge. Jacksonville's been feasting on sacks on 3rd downs all day. Here's Young in shotgun. Mingo in motion. Young rolls out to the left. Now he's going to pump. He's going to throw, and it's incomplete. Young had an option to run. Instead, he underthrows Chuba Hubbard on the run. And it's going to be 4th and 4, and out comes the punting unit. Johnny Hecker for his 3rd punt of the game. Panthers team has got awful. It's embarrassing, right? We can't even execute in the red zone, and we're still winning 9-0. This is ridiculous, dude. But, hey, shout out to the defense finally playing well. First time I've been able to say that in 5 weeks. Again, the Maple Leafs putting Samson off on waivers. I reacted to that back in the first period. No one's going to claim him on waivers because of his contract, but it was funny to see him go on waivers. Here's a touchback, and so Jacksonville will get it at the 20. With 20 seconds left, throw a slant and see what happens. 20 seconds left in the first half. You have 2 timeouts, see a slant, throw it happens, or run the ball, call timeout if he gets a first. You could kneel it, but why? Jaguars defense is finally showing up. Yeah. It's great. I wished it was not against the 2-13 Panthers, but it's finally showing up. I can't complain, really. 20 seconds left here in this second quarter. They're going to take a knee. Oh, whatever. Take the knee, go up 9-0. No harm, no foul. Here's the snap and the touchback here for Beathard. So, third quarter coming up is 9-0 Jacksonville. Let's get into your sports news recap. We'll get that Ilya Samsonov post up soon on Fletcher Sports Zone. We'll get it up soon. I'm trying to think where's a good place to start. Probably we'll start off Tuesday onward. How about that? So TJ Hawkinson, he did suffer a torn ACL and MCL. He is out for the rest of the season. Really sucks for Minnesota since they're trying to make a playoff run at 7-7. It's their best offensive weapon, not named Justin Jefferson, and he is now out, unfortunately. The Texans claimed Kareem Jackson off waivers from the Broncos. The White Sox, here you go, Kyle. They claimed Martin Maldonado, a 1-year deal worth $4 million. 49ers signed defensive tackle Sebastian Joseph Day to a 1-year deal. They lost to the Ravens, and they figured, I guess, one player, I guess one team's trash is another team's treasure is what I was trying to get at. Chargers release Joseph Day. Capitals signed Ethan Bear. The Blue Jays, this was funny. The Blue Jays signing shortstop IKF to a 2-year, $15 million deal. Solid in the infield, just I think his plate awareness is not that great. I've heard from Yankees fans he's not the best hitter in the world, so we'll see how well he does with the Blue Jays. I'm pretty sure they already have a stacked infield with Vlad and Bo Bichette and George Springer and whatnot. So I don't know if he's brought in as a depth piece or not, but I mean, be my guest, the Blue Jays need to make a playoff run. This is interesting, and this is what I want to talk about. Russell Wilson getting benched for the last 2 games. Stidham starting today against the Chargers. This is what I want to talk about. You are the Broncos management, right? You're telling Russell Wilson to take a pay cut. God forbid he gets injured. That's your fault. For taking on this big contract, that's your fault. You can't expect a player to suffer for your needs, right? Take away some of their salary and their guaranteed money because you don't want to play. Okay, well, we're going to bench you after beating the Chiefs. They went up to Russell Wilson after the Broncos beat the Chiefs 2 days later and said, we're going to bench you if you don't start, taking some salary off that injury guaranteed money. Ridiculous situation. I think Russell Wilson's as good as gone. Not really sure where he could go. Falcons could be an option. Commanders. Maybe Patriots. I've heard some grumblings that the Patriots could be. I mean, I'm going to put it to you this way. Out of these teams in the top 5, right? Commanders or Patriots especially, maybe even teams like the Falcons or whatever, if they do not select a quarterback and they select Marvin Harrison Jr., just assume Russ is getting traded to that team. Call me crazy, but that's what I'm thinking. But yeah, overall, Broncos are doing Wilson dirty. I think, you sign him to that contract. He doesn't need to take away guaranteed money. Cowboys released Rashaan Evans. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, this was the most random post of the week. Nikolai Kapibulin, he has returned playing professional hockey. He's signed with Torpedo in the KHL. He signed like a 1-year, $70,000 deal to be the team's emergency third-string goalie. That's so cool. Good for Nikolai Habibulin. Of course, if you were here the last time we broadcasted on Thursday, you got to see me in a very happy mood. Boston College defeating SMU in the Fenway Bowl. Thomas Castellanos with 2 fourth-quarter rushing touchdowns, getting BC the win over their future ACC opponent. What else interesting happened here? Arizona upset Oklahoma. That was a pretty crazy upset I predicted on Campus Gridiron this week. The Red Sox have been making some moves. First, they signed Lucas Giolito to a 2-year, $38.5 million contract, which I think ultimately led to this. Chris Sale, in cash considerations, going to the Atlanta Braves for second baseman Vaughn Grissom. So, listen, thank you, Chris Sale, as a Bostonian. Thank you, Chris Sale. Love you for 2018. Probably wouldn't have won the World Series if you weren't our starting pitcher. But the injuries continued to pile on, and it got to a point where, because the injuries kept on piling on, I feel it was best to trade him before you could get nothing for him. And the Red Sox get an infielder, and I have no issues with it, really. So, Sale's great. He was great, but he's been injured a lot the past 2 years. I'm okay with getting rid of him. That was the only big pitcher on the move yesterday. The Reds signed Frankie Monteras to a 1-year, $16 million contract. Anything else happened? We had an NBA trade. RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quigley, and a second-round pick going to the Raptors for OJ and a Bowie and Prince. I'm going to be blunt. I haven't even heard of the other 2 guys. We're just going to skip over that. 2 bench players, we'll say. Sorry if that was disrespectful, but I'm not too familiar with the NBA. Ole Miss defeating Penn State in the Peach Bowl. That was another game I predicted right this week. If you saw Campus Gridiron on Wednesday, you already know my thoughts on this. I'm going to be honest. You have no reason to boycott the NCAA just for 20-plus players to opt out of said bowl game. Florida State, I was with you. I felt bad for you. You have your sensitive players opt out of this bowl game? Get out of here. You're a bunch of wimps, frauds, Alabama. You deserve your 4 spot. I withdraw everything I said about Florida State over the last 3 weeks. Withdraw all of it, every last bit of it. That team is not worthy. Pistons snapped their 28-game losing streak against the Raptors last night. They almost beat the Celtics. So I had a feeling they were going to win one of these next few games. And, I'm happy for them. The Raptors, again, they made a trade earlier in the day. Overall, I thought, I'm just happy for them. And Kate Cunningham dropped 30 points. It's good. They're 3-29. Who cares? The season's lost. Now you just build locker room morale. And we're not. Okay, shout out to CeeDee Lamb for playing great, but we are not talking about. We will not talk about that. If you watched last night's Lions-Cowboys game, we are not talking about it because I'm just sick and tired of seeing it on social media, if I'm being brutally honest with you. The Lions got hosed, whatever. Dan Campbell should kick the extra point after the second or third try. I don't know. That was a cluster. That was just a weird ending. It was an absolute clusterfuck of a game. So, I don't know. Just weird. But, all right. Let's take a look at some other scores. I think this game was the first or second game to reach halftime. The majority of the games are in halftime now. Ravens up 28-13 over the Dolphins. The Patriots have the ball, still trailing the Bills 20-14. Bears up 21-7 over the Falcons at the half. Colts still up 14-3 over the Raiders at the half. Texans up 20-3 over the Titans. Rams up 14-10 over the Giants. Eagles defeating the Cardinals 21-6. Saints, wow, up 17-0 over the Bucs. That's crazy. And then the Niners up against the Commanders 13-10. And that was the first game to enter the third quarter. And I think this game is about to be game numero dos. I don't know, man. It's been a weird game for the Jaguars because like we're winning, so I can't complain too much, but the play calling is still an issue for me. I'm still not sold with Press Taylor, and he has not really called a great first half, so I don't know what to think. And by the way, now we do have the Ilya Samsonov. Now we have Ilya Samsonov up, so. Oh my gosh, Samsonov on waivers. That's so funny, dude. All right, this is the last commercial break before we head into the second half, I believe. At least it should be. My goodness. I feel like this halftime's taking forever. Oh my gosh. Chad Ryland. What did Chad Ryland do, Kyle? Is Kyle still even in chat? I have no idea. I think he missed a field goal. Yeah. Chad Ryland. Yikes. He missed a field goal. Oh, poor Chad Ryland. Zappy has thrown 3 picks. My God, what an awful game. What a sloppy game. To think if the Jaguars were playing on Sunday Night Football, I probably would be commentating that game right now. Just think about that. 4 interceptions in the first half. My Lord. All right, start of the third quarter here. Jacksonville up 9-0 over Carolina. All you need to do is win. It doesn't matter how close, how bad, it doesn't matter. All you have to do is win, and you have your playoff hopes in Week 18. That's all you have to do. That's all they got to do, baby. Let's see. I don't know. The defense is playing so good, but the defense is playing so bad. Or the offense is playing so bad. Chad Riley is so good. He has 9 kicks. Yeah, I saw you in the chat. I'm like, did he miss? That's ridiculous, bro. Zappy's thrown 3 picks, and the Patriots are still only trailing by 6. I mean, I ain't trying to, say anything, but I think a healthy Jaguar team would beat the Bills. Yes, I said it, and I am 100% standing by it. A healthy Jaguars team would beat the Bills. We already did. We'll just beat them at home this time instead of London. Big whoop. Here's a touchback. And out to the 25 goes the Panthers. It would be a shootout. Jacksonville would win the game like 45-42. Defense would not make a stop. But, yeah. First and 10 for Carolina. Jacksonville, at least with a win today, will clinch up a win-and-end situation and an above 500 record back-to-back years. My God, I think the last time this team went 500 back-to-back years was like 07, 08, I think, or something like that. It was a long time ago. Chuba Hubbard falls forward 40-yard, brought down the play by Foskey. So they went for a 4th and 8 that did not get converted. That was their longest drive at 6 minutes and 26 seconds. And then they have punted on 4 straight drives. I'm not even kidding you. In those last 4 drives, they have accumulated a grand total of negative 16 net yards. My gosh. Let's see if Carolina can move down the field now. Another handoff to Hubbard. And Johnson and Lloyd combining on the stop at the 29. It's going to be 3rd and 6. Carolina is just not putting faith in Bryce Young after he had a career game last week. You're really not going to trust him? It's crazy. Third down and 5. Jacksonville's crowd on their feet. In shotgun. Young. 6 seconds left on the play clock. Takes the snap. Young under duress. Scoots out to the left. Oh, he's got to make a nice move on Lloyd. And Lloyd brings down Young, making it 4th and 2. Bryce Young thought he had it. He juked out Devin Lloyd, but Lloyd turned around and was able to make a nice tackle. 5th straight 3-0 for the Panthers. And they've still only accumulated about negative 9 yards since the first drive, something like that. They've just been abysmal. Should have took the points on the first drive of the game, but that wouldn't have been my call. Hecker with the punt. Punt's going to bounce at the 20, and Parker Washington's a madman. He's going to return it to the 30, and he's brought down of bounds at the 34. What a madman. Parker Washington retrieving the bouncing punt, and he returns it about 15 yards. All right, 12:47 to go, third quarter. Let's see what Beathard's got in store here in week 17. Bryce Young with 4 net passing yards. Let's go. Score a touchdown right now and put the foot on the throat. I'm done. I'm done playing around this game. Because you score a touchdown. I'm going to be blunt. Jacksonville scores a touchdown on this drive. They're going to win this game. So, score now. Score now or forever hold your peace. All right, what else we got? It looks like a lot of these games are still in halftime. Games that aren't, they're all pretty much blowouts outside of San Francisco, Washington. I have a weird feeling Tampa Bay is going to come back against New Orleans. I got a weird feeling about that. Colts up 14-3 over the Raiders, dude. Really? Why? Oh my gosh. And O'Connell's already throwing more yards this week than he did last week, though. Dude, that was crazy. The Raiders beating the Chiefs, and then they lose to the Colts. I mean, how what does that tell you about how good the Chiefs have been this year? Well, anyway, here's Beathard. First snap of the second half, and Tank Bigsby with a carry in a gain of about 3. So I guess if the goal is to get Tank Bigsby some more playing time, they're doing a good job in doing that because I think, honestly, Bigsby's been the running back 2 over Johnson in this game. And I think that's weird because that has not been the case at all the last 10, 11 weeks. So really shocking that he's getting so many reps. But as long as he's playing turnover-free ball, I don't mind it. Here's the pitch to ETN. ETN busting free down the right side. ETN to the 40. ETN shrugs off a tackle to the 30. Shrugs off another one. Touchdown, Travis Etienne. Oh my, what a run. He just went down the right side. He kept on ripping off tackle after tackle. 62 yards of glory. Touchdown, Jacksonville. I mean, what a run by ETN. That was crazy. 10th rushing touchdown of the season for Travis. And look at this. Pitch to the left side. Now, cuts back in. Cuts back out. He's going to break off one tackle right here. They're not going to show the rest of the replay. McManus for the extra point. Got it, and it's right down the middle, 16-0. Jacksonville leads over the Panthers. Wow, Travis Etienne, what a beautiful run. 62 yards. Jaguars up 16-zip early in the third, and they're having some fun. Let's see if the defense could close it out. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back for the remainder of the second half in a moment. Kickoff and a touchback from McManus up to the 25 goes Carolina. So 2-possession game still. Carolina needs to score a touchdown and get a 2-point conversion to at least cut the deficit to 8. 11:56 to go, third quarter, and Jacksonville looking like the team of old against their weakest team on the schedule this season, the Carolina Panthers, who currently are giving the Chicago Bears the number 1 overall pick in the draft. Of course, they traded this year's draft pick to trade DJ Moore to the Bears. Here's the handoff. Miles Sanders a gain of 3. And Hubbard and Sanders have kind of been splitting carries today. Let's take a look at Trevor and Young through their first 14 games. Both quarterbacks went 2-12. Young, better completion percentage, not by much. Lawrence, more passing games. Young, more touchdowns and less turnovers. However, Young has been sacked more. But very similar statistics between the last 2 number 1 overall picks, or at least 2 of the last 3 number 1 overall picks. Of course, Trayvon Walker is the one in between the 2. Young dumps it off to Sanders. He's brought down by Khan, 3rd and 2. I'm not going to lie, I was pretty nervous heading into this game. Right now, we're in a good spot right now. I feel like now I'm at ease, up 16-0. Carolina's offense has been struggling all day. There's no need to panic right now. You're in a good spot. Defense has been playing lights out, and that has to continue. Sanders, that was his first catch of the game, and a gain of 5. Put in motion is Mingo. 3rd down and 2 in shotgun. Sanders, the running back. Young's going to throw deep. Blown coverage! And Young overthrows Ian Thomas, the tight end. There was blown coverage. A Jacksonville defender slipped. Maybe we'll see the replay, but Ian Thomas could not get to the ball in time. It's 4th down, and that was Rashawn Jenkins, the Jaguar, who slipped on coverage. Incomplete the call, and here's the 6th straight 3-and-out, and to give away a 3-and-out right after the defense just gave up a gashing 62-yard touchdown. That is not good. Here's the punt into the shade of the stadium. Parker Washington tried to make one too many moves, and he gets buried at the 15 by Deshaun Jamison, who is flexing after his tackle. Now, I'm not trying to be a wise guy, but if you are flexing and your team is down 16-0, I don't think right now is a good time to be flexing. I'm sorry, I'm old-fashioned that way. I hate when players celebrate when they're trailing. I hate it. All right, let's see what the other scores are. I think every game's at a halftime by this point, so let's see what's going on here. Bills still up 20-14 over the Patriots. Ravens still up 28-13 over the Dolphins. Bears up 24-7 over the Falcons. The Raiders scored! Yes! Colts lead is now 4. Tennessee, come on, Tennessee. We need you to get going too, eh? Score 2 quick touchdowns, make it a 1-possession game. Jacksonville wins today. Colts, Texans lose. The South is Jacksonville's. If not, I think Houston just needs to lose, honestly. Because I don't see how the Colts would pass us. It doesn't make any sense, especially if we win this game. Even if the Colts win, it still doesn't make sense. How would the Colts pass us? We have double tiebreaker. Anyways, Rams up 14-10 over the Giants. Eagles up 21-13. Cardinals sticking around in that game. Niners up 12-10 over the Commanders. That game has 4 minutes left in the third quarter. It's not even 3 o'clock on the East Coast. My goodness. And then the Saints still up 17-zip over the Bucs. Tampa Bay, if they could score quickly, they'll get right back into that game. So games are either really close or really far apart. And again, though this is technically a 2-possession game, it still feels like it's a mile away because Carolina is just playing so bad today. I was nervous because with the Young playing so good last week against Green Bay, I'm like, uh-oh. But pass rush came in clutch today. Oh boy, we are back in action. Beathard, the handoff, and nothing. It's 2nd and 10. Take a look at Bryce Young on that overthrow. I mean, it's kind of surprising, in my opinion, that Young has been getting beaten up all day and Andy Dalton is not warming up. I mean, I get it. You want to stick with your guy, and he's going to have to go through the growing pains. But, again, in my opinion, it's just crazy that he's sticking through it. Beathard, here's a catch. Nice catch and run from Ingram. Needed 10, got 11. First down, Evan Ingram. I would like to at least call one Beathard touchdown pass today. I'll be a little greedy. Why not? I would like to call a Beathard throwing touchdown. A receiving touchdown would be crazy too. Why not? Pull him into the bag of tricks. 1st and 10 for Jacksonville at the 28. Here is the snap. Beathard fakes it. Beathard. Oh, he's going to keep it. What the? A loss of 4 as Burns brings him out of bounds, and now there's a flag. Are you kidding? You did a designed QB draw with CJ Beathard. Whatever. Let's just check the penalty. And it's a face mask on the Panthers. Brian Burns making up for what was an abysmal offensive call by either Doug Peterson or Press Taylor. Oh, yeah, clear face mask right there. Clear face mask on Beathard. Good call there. Jacksonville gets a first down instead of a loss of 4 yards. 1st and 10. Beathard and shotgun. Johnson in the game, and they hand it off to Dearness Johnson, and he cannot squeeze through the middle. Brian Burns with a big tackle there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have another score update for you. Isaiah Likely has scored a touchdown for the Ravens. It is 35-13. But remember, it was last year where Miami was trailing a lot to Baltimore, and they came back and won. I'm not saying the game's over, but it is not looking good for Miami, and I think this is a much different Ravens team. Beathard, 2nd and 10, throws out to the right. Calvin Ridley with the grab, and he's out of bounds at the 47. Lamar Jackson with 4 passing touchdowns. Well, maybe he should win MVP after all, but saying all week, it still belongs to McCaffrey, but Lamar Jackson is he's still only at 23, but I guess if you include the rushing touchdowns, maybe he's up there. I don't know. Lamar's having himself a great day. They're down in 5. Here is Beathard in shotgun. Takes the snap. Beathard steps up in the pocket, and he gets the first and much more. Beathard with the wheels, and he's hit at the 32. Don't injure yourself. My gosh. CJ Beathard with the wheels of a wagon. Oh, my. He was flying out there for a moment. A 19-yard run by CJ Beathard. Oh, my God. Brown, Louvie, how did both of you not wrap up CJ Beathard there? I mean, you want to talk about Hot Wheels. What a run by Beathard. That could be the longest run of his career, too. I have no idea, but what a run. We do have an injured Panther. Beathard, I think, is also shaken up a little bit. Oh, geez. If anything's happened to Beathard, Matt Barkley will enter into the game for Jacksonville. This would also be his first career game in a Jaguar uniform since they just plucked him off the Giants practice squad. And Barkley is getting ready. That's why I said don't hurt yourself, because if Beathard gets hurt, dude, we don't need this. Oh, Beathard took a shot at the end of that play, though. Wow. He took a bump after that run. No, I don't want Beathard to get hurt. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. This Jaguars team, man, it can't get any more injuries. This is ridiculous. Are we really about to be down to our third string? By the way, I just want to clarify something. If Matt Barkley does come into the game here, this should be snaps for Nathan Rourke. And the fact that, because Agnew returned from IR before the Baltimore game, they had to release a player from the active roster. Now, if you know Trevor has been injured, why would you risk having a quarterback go through waivers? Because to me, that just sounds like the dumbest thing you could do. And what do? You get rid of Rourke, and now we're stuck with Matt Barkley. Like, dude, Rourke was a fan favorite here in Jacksonville. In fact, many of us want him to actually be the backup over Beathard after the preseason. I hope he's doing well in New England, but just remember, if Matt Barkley does come into this game for Jacksonville, this should be Nathan Rourke, not Matt Barkley. But regardless, in case Matt Barkley does come in, I'll have to pull up the stats. I never in a million years thought Matt Barkley would be playing a game for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Like, this is actually insane. Never did I ever think this would ever happen. He was a great college quarterback. He's done next to nothing in the pros. Oh, boy. Well, we had injured Panther on the play, and C.J. Beathard also is down. I think they're still tending the Carolina player. With 7:10 to go here in the third, oh no, we have a stretcher coming out here. And I'll give you an update on who that Panther is in a moment. I can't tell who it is as the Panther players begin to take a knee. A scary incident, I guess, happened not near the play. We do not know who is down for the Panthers unless ESPN has it. We are heading back to commercial break. Oh my gosh, my cat is meowing like crazy. So we're in commercial break. There's always things when injuries like these happen. Okay. I know the Carolina injury. It is Marquise Hayes, the left outside linebacker, number 58. According to ESPN, that is the injured Panther after the 19-yard run from Beathard. So thoughts and prayers go to him, his family, and his teammates, because, I mean, you always get scared when these terrible injuries happen, and especially when the stretcher has to come out and whatnot. I know in the preseason they canceled a couple of games because of serious injuries like this. I mean, you're not going to do that in regular season play. You'll do it in preseason maybe, but you're not going to do it in the regular season. Just always scary incidents. We just hope that Hayes is going to be okay. We hope the local Jacksonville hospital takes good care of him. Oh, I hate seeing injuries like this. Of course, it's a little tough for me because 3 days from the date is the, of course, scary Damar Hamlin incident. So just very ironic timing, I guess, for an injury like this to occur. Again, hopefully Marquise Hayes will be okay. What's up, Ryan? Thanks for stopping by. Cardinals, Eagles tied at 21. Oh, my God. And James Conner made a sick one-handed grab. Okay. Oh, yeah. There it is. So hopefully Hayes will be all right. Of course, Instagram is not letting me watch your video, but I'll watch it later, Kyle. Thanks for sending it to me. Hopefully when we get out of commercial break, we can resume play. Again, you just hate seeing injuries like this. I mean, Hayes was flat on his back. He was being looked at by the trainers. And then they went to the first commercial break. Now we're in our second. And it always takes about 2 or 3 commercial breaks to get a player off the field. And luckily, Hayes is on the stretcher and he is being carted out into the back, in which he will leave the stadium via ambulance. What even happened here? I was too focused on he was the one who tackled Beathard. Hayes was the one who tackled Beathard, and he got back up, and then he went stumbling down. I'm not sure what happened there. He is giving the thumbs up as he heads off. Thank God. I mean, suffer these players to play through such a drastic injury like that, seeing a player leave via stretcher and ambulance, but looks like Beathard is all right as well, and just best of luck to Beathard and Hayes and hope they get better. So here's the handoff, and so Matt Barkley did have to play a snap, so that's going to go down in Pro Football Reference history right there. Matt Barkley did have to play a snap. It was an inside handoff and a gain of a yard. And look at Wingard giving Barkley a nice pat on the back, but Beathard is out there. He took a big hit after that 19-yard run, but Beathard is in the game. 2nd down and 9 here for Jacksonville. Beathard, it was cool seeing you run. Please don't do that ever again. So here's the handoff. Bigsby down to the 28. It got us a bunch of yards, but it almost got you injured. You know, I don't want to see Beathard get hurt. 3rd down and 5, and they're well inside field goal range. Any point will make it a 3-possession game. Not that I think it really matters. Jacksonville has just been toying with Carolina all day long. Parker Washington in motion to the left side of the screen. 3rd down and 5. Beathard looks to his right. Pass is caught. Nice adjustment. Calvin Ridley needed 5, got 6. 1st down, Jacksonville, and they're going to continue to drive here. Last time the Panthers played in Jacksonville was all the way back in 2015 when Carolina won 20-9 over the Jags, and it was kickstart of Cam Newton's MVP season in the Panthers Super Bowl 50 run. Here's the pitch. And getting nothing there was Bigsby. Bigsby on a pitch. That's interesting. Take a look at Jaguars-Panthers history. Carolina's won the last 3 meetings. Last time Jacksonville beat Carolina was here, 37-6 back in 2007. And if Jacksonville holds on and wins today, the overall record will be tied at 4. Jacksonville, though, has outscored Carolina, including today's points, 168-134. So very interesting head-on-head matchup for these 2 teams that were again founded in 1995. Beathard's going to run again, And this time he's going to be brought down at the 15. And he gets helped up from Calvin Ridley. Beathard's like, I haven't done this much running in 3 years. No, you haven't, sir. You deserve a... Honestly, I mean, Beathard's been playing so good. He's not playing great, but he's playing good enough to... I'd be comfortable enough starting him next week against Tennessee if the worst case scenario happened. They're down and 5. Beathard. Inside handoff. Dearness Johnson spins away from a tackle. Beathard delivers a block. Whoa! Beathard delivers a block. That is insane on Gross Matos as well. One of their best edge rushers. Beathard wants to win this football game. Wow. And out comes McManus for what would be his 4th field goal of the day. He's made all of them from chip shots, and this one's like the others. 35, 26, and 24 yards. McManus has drilled that this one is from 34. He's getting a lot of kicks in, make the stats look pretty, but not a lot of long kicks. He does drill it, and we are officially in 3-possession game territory. 19-0. The Jaguars lead over the Panthers with exactly 3 minutes to go here in this third quarter. We'll take a look at the... Remember when the Jaguars have shot the 1 seed? Good times those were. Great times those were. Baltimore, if they hold on and beat Miami, they're going to be the 1 seed. Miami will be the 2 unless they lose to Buffalo. Then I think Miami's third. Then I think Kansas City's the 2. But Baltimore with a win today would be the 1 seed. Jacksonville would be the 4th. Cleveland 5th. Bills 6th. Colts 7th. If everything stands, nothing will change. Except Ravens would clinch. And if Kansas City won next week, Miami doesn't. Miami gets the 2 seed Kansas City leapfrogs Miami for the 2 seed because Kansas City, of course, beat Miami in Germany. So they have the tiebreaker. Not that I agree with it. Miami's been a significantly better team than Kansas City this year, but here's the kickoff from McManus and Neal and touchback. Let's take a look at our friends in Indianapolis and Houston. Well, Jacksonville will have to win next week. The Raiders still have a shot to beat the Colts, but it is still 23-3. Houston over Tennessee, and Houston has the ball. Ryan Tannehill's playing well, though. He had a perfect completion percentage last I checked. Yeah, he's 12 for 16, 131 yards. I'm kind of scared because I think they're going to play Tannehill next week. And I would probably rather play Levis since we already beat him. Here's a run up to the 31, Chuba Hubbard. And Carolina at this point is just trying to muster up anything offensively. Any score, touchdown or field goal, would make it a 2-possession game, but the total yards are just so lopsided. 263-56 in favor of Jacksonville. Here is Young taking the snap in shotgun formation. Hubbard, the running back. Up the middle, needed 3, got 4. Hubbard, first down, Carolina. And for the first time since the first drive of the game, the Panthers are not going to go 3 and out. We have a scoring update on Rams-Giants. It means absolutely nothing in terms of this game, but it's pretty cool to see Darius Slayton catch an 80-yard bomb. The Rams lead the Giants 20-16. That game late in the third quarter as well as this one. At the 37 of Carolina, Young takes the snap, empty backfield. Throws to the right. Thielen, nice catch. He's hit out of bounds by Tyson Campbell. And Thielen, first of 3 years on his contract with the Panthers. He wanted to prove he could still play. And indeed he can. He has had a very solid season. He's been a great developer with this young quarterback. And those comments about the Packers in the media last week, he is an overall class player. He fought and digged his way into making a spot on the Vikings roster back in 2014, and since then, he's made multiple Pro Bowls and has been a great wide receiver in the league. 1 second left on the play clock. Young, and they do get the snap off on 2nd and 5. Hubbard running behind the line of scrimmage and now pops forward for a gain of 4. It's going to be 3rd and 1 here for the Panthers. Houston still has possession with 13 minutes left. Only Jacksonville won one of their games during their losing streak. They would have clinched the division today, but instead they gotta wait. But at least for now, they're still going to control destiny in their own hands. Last play of the third quarter, potentially, flag is down. And it's a false start on Carolina, so instead of 3rd and 2, they will get 3rd and 7. And the penalty for the Panthers was on Akeem Ekua. They're down at 7 now for the Panthers, and they're going to let the play clock run out. 4th quarter. I think I got the mute button just in time. Bless me. 4th quarter coming up here in Jacksonville. It is 19-0. Wow, Jacksonville, dominant performance, offensive and defensive side of the ball. We'll be right back when we head out commercial break. Don't go anywhere. Jags up 3 possessions. Start of the 4th here from the 9:04. Jacksonville trying to move in the 1 win away from clinching a playoff spot as they look to hold off the lowless 2-13 Panthers. Young down the middle, passes caught by Mingo, and he's brought down by Trey Herndon. 4th down, and the Panthers are going to go for it. And honestly, they should. Down 3 possessions, with their offense being as anemic as it has been. It's probably the best case scenario to go for it if you're the Panthers, because, I mean, what are you going to do? Punt again? They are 1 for 2 on 4th down conversions today. Jacksonville 1 for 1. And Jacksonville knows with this stop, would practically be out of reach for Carolina. Young takes the snap on 4th and 2, throws to the running back in Miles Sanders, picks up a first down out of the backfield. Nice catch and run. First down, Panthers. I almost said Dolphins because I'm looking down at the Dolphins score. 35-13, Baltimore still leads. Tua has thrown 2 interceptions. So, game of the year, eh? 49ers are giving them a better fight. What's up with that? 1st and 10 at the 48. Young takes the snap, empty backfield. Young, 3-step drop, throws to the left, pass caught. Right out of bounds by Campbell was the receiver, a gain of 3. 2nd down, 7 coming up here. By the way, we have an injury update. So Hayes, obviously, with a concussion, is out. Also, the guard, Mays, is out. So overall, not good performance by the Panthers, and now, unfortunately, their injuries begin to pile up. Here's a snap. Young tries to escape a sack. Under duress, Josh Allen's got him again. Incredible. He's got 16.5 sacks on the year. Good stuff from Josh Allen. 3rd sack of the day, and he could be in your running for AFC Defensive Player of the Week. There you go. Spit it out, Grant. 3 sacks. He has been incredible today. Young, he has been under duress all day. Josh Allen has done some wonderful things. And this is right up there with one of his better performances of the season. 3rd down, 8. Young under duress again, being chased by Trayvon Walker, and down he goes! Walker, with the help of Juwan Smoot, get the sack, and I think this time Carolina is going to punt just to save Bryce Young's life. Young is doing a nice job getting out of the pocket, but Jacksonville's defense stepping up significantly here. Let's take a look at this snap here from Bryce Young. It's a good snap, 2-step drop, under immediate duress. He feels the pressure. He rolls out to the left, but Walker, he's got to do a better job at sensing the pressure. Walker with his 2nd sack. Smoot may get a half sack. 4th and 12. Carolina is still going to go for this. This is crazy. Bryce Young takes the snap as the play clock was down to 1. Young throws. Pass is caught. First down. And it is none other than DJ Chark making the play for the Panthers on 4th and 12. Bookmark that play if Carolina begins a resurgence. That's all I'm going to say. If Carolina begins a resurgence and they score like 2 touchdowns very quickly, you make it a 1-possession game, look back at that 4th and 12 play because that's going to be the difference maker of this entire contest. Here is Young. 1st and 10 at the 32. Young stepping up in the pocket. Fires down the middle. Terrible camera work from CBS. DJ Chark makes the catch at the 2. 1st and goal to go. And, the shutout is now in risk. It was a great throw from Young. Probably Young's best throw of the game. Right in the breadbasket for DJ Chark. Or on Tyson Campbell there on that route. And now we have a challenge flag? Doug, why are you throwing a challenge flag, Florida? To me, it looked like a catch. Oh, boy. I don't know. To me, that looks like a catch by Chark, so I don't really know why he wasted that timeout. But whatever. We'll see what happens. Oh, my gosh. Baker Mayfield has 1 fantasy point. I'm getting crushed in fantasy right now. And the Dolphins' defense is nothing. Or the Ravens D has 9. Ah, man. Probably not going to win in fantasy. That stinks. Unless Pacheco and Buckner go like insane. I need more than Mayfield and Kittle. I got a lot of Devontae Adams in one league. Oh, I took the lead in one of my leagues, thankfully. Cole Kmet, though, not doing a thing. And, of course, the week I benched Dalton Kincaid, he scores 12 points. My luck. Whatever. Hashtag mad, but whatever. At least I'm still winning that one. And then in my championship league, that's what I'm going to lose. Oh, my gosh. Because, well, Purdy's playing all right. I should have put, I don't even know. I should have put Ingram in over Brown. And I should have put Brees Hall in over Tony Pollard. Dude, I don't even have DK warmed up. But, like, did you expect A.J. Brown to stink against the Cardinals? I didn't. Damn, I'm going to lose. I still haven't won a fantasy chip. Sucks. But whatever. All right. What do we got here? Ravens still up big. Bills still up big. Bears still up big. Colts still up. Looks like they're punting to the Raiders, but 8 minutes left. Okay, you never know. Texans still up at 3 possessions. Tennessee, you had one job. I'm not happy. You had one job and you failed. The Rams still leading the Rams, but the Giants have 3rd and goal. Saints still have 20-0. Man, Tampa Bay really going to lose. And the Cardinals are 28-21. DJ Chark, is it a catch or is it not? Doug Peterson challenged it. I think Carolina's going to have it at the 3. And Doug Peterson's actually going to win the challenge. So the pass is incomplete, 2nd and 10. Bryce Young's best throw of the game ain't even going to count towards the stat sheet. That is so unfortunate. 2nd and 10, here's the handoff. Hubbard tries to go to the outside. He's brought down by Foskey after a gain of 3, 3rd down and 7. Jacksonville just needing a stop. Carolina logically should kick the field goal if they do not convert this 3rd down, in which they are 1 for 11 on the day. They kick the field goal. It doesn't do much, but it does give them a 2-possession game, and at least that's better than 3 if all the dominoes fall correctly. 3rd down and 7. Young at the 30, takes the snap, fakes the inside handoff to Hubbard, chucks it up down the sideline, passes dropped, and what would have been a 1st and goal grab by DJ Chark falls incomplete. Now, if Carolina was fighting for their playoff lives, maybe they would take my field goal advice to fruition, but because, they're 2-13, they might just go for it and use this as extra practice for Bryce Young. I wouldn't really be shocked if that's what happens. 4th and 7. Carolina will go for it. Empty backfield for Young. It's 4th and 7 for the Panthers here. Young. With 2 minutes left. 2 seconds left on the play clock. Young pump fakes. Again, terrible work from the CBS camera crew. And the ball is thrown out of bounds. What even happened? CBS Sports, hire some better cameramen and women, please and thank you. You couldn't tell a thing what happened. Incomplete. Jacksonville's getting the ball back. I mean, what even happened here? Young was looking for Chark down the right side. Man-on-man coverage against Tyson Campbell, and Chark just dropped it. Okay. Oh, my God. Young pump faked, and the cameraman goes, whoop. And then I'm like, oh, Young didn't throw. He pump faked. And then right when they go back to Young throwing, they don't cut. They don't chase the ball. They say on Young, like, hello, are we going to see the incompletion? I could kind of sense it was going out of bounds anyways. You don't need a rocket scientist to tell that, but my God, awful camera work from CBS right there. As Jacksonville will take over on downs and they will take their 3-possession lead and take it from there. But yeah, I think overall, this was a great game for this defense. And for them to be able to pitch a shutout after it looked like they weren't going to be able to, it's good. That's a good thing. Alvin Kamara suffered an ankle injury. Jamar Chase will be active with the shoulder injury, Will Levis foot injury. Tannehill will be playing the rest of the game. I guess that's important news for who Jacksonville's playing next week. Tennessee. Since Houston won, we're going to have to... we didn't clinch today, but we did what we needed to do. We got off the schneid, and this was the defense. This was a throwback performance by this defense. Awesome work. Awesome work overall. I'm happy with how the defense has played overall. All right. 1st and 10 at the 30 for Jacksonville. Beathard's still in the game. Here's ETN down to the 31. I don't know how much more Beathard's going to be throwing in this game, but, I mean, since Matt Barkley already has a snap under his belt, the heck with it. You might as well throw him in there and have him throw a couple of passes. I do think Trevor will play next week, but I am overall very satisfied with how C.J. Beathard has played today. And all Jacksonville needed to do was just get off the losing streak, and that is exactly what they did. They are going to get off the losing streak. They're going to go to 9-7. They're going to clinch a winning season no matter what happens next week. Here's the handoff. Bigsby up the middle. We'll make it 3rd down and 4. I mean, I really thought we were about to witness a collapse of the century. Like, I was 100% sold earlier in the week that Carolina was going to win this game. 100%. Why? Because I thought, once again, we would rush an injured Trevor back into action. We'd let him stay on the sidelines. Hopefully he's healed up for next week. And now I'm conflicted. Beathard didn't play great. He certainly didn't play terrible. He has not turned over the ball yet, knock on wood. He doesn't. I don't know. Personally, now I'm at least fine with whatever quarterback starts next week, I'm going to be okay with, whatever the decision is. ETN's going to run and get chased out of bounds at the 38. I probably would have thrown there, actually. ETN getting pushed out of bounds. Well, Miami is driving as they look to keep it a 2-possession game in Baltimore. This game is projected to end like ahead of every game. So if you guys want, I could do bonus coverage of a game. I wasn't really thinking about it, but since this game will likely be one of the first games over next to 49ers Commanders, maybe I'll do bonus coverage. I don't know. We'll do a bonus coverage of a close game, I guess. But yeah, we'll see. Logan Cook out to punt. This is only Cook's. I want to say this is only his 3rd punt. Yes, it is. This is actually his 4th punt. And this is one of his better ones. Great punt. Rolls at the 20, inside the 10, and Brown will down it at the 10. Good punt for Logan Cook. As he's knocking on the door, 3,000 punting yards on the year. Coming up, if you're watching this game live on CBS, Bengals Chiefs, if you're in the East Coast, Chargers Broncos, if you're on the West Coast. God bless you if you actually have to sit through Broncos Chargers. That's going to be a terrible game. Easton Stick versus Jared Stidham, no thank you. I'd much rather watch Bengals Chiefs. Bengals beat Indianapolis. So would they leapfrog? I don't think they leapfrog anybody because they beat Indianapolis, but they lost to Pittsburgh. And then the Colts beat the Steelers. So I think if everything stays the way it is, we're going to stay the same with Ravens 1 seed, Dolphins 2, Chiefs 3, Jags 4, Browns 5, Bills 6, and 7th would then be the Colts. Out of bounds throw intended for Chark. I love that they're trying to get Chark involved in the second half. Hopefully Jacksonville gave him a round of an applause. He was a 2019 Pro Bowler for this Jaguars team. He was a very good player for us. Way too injury prone, and I'm much more happier with Christian Kirk. But overall, I have nothing against CJ Chark. He's not a traitor like Allen Robinson was. Oh, I love busting some chops down there in Duval County because I drive everyone crazy. I think Young 2nd and 10, throws deep, passes overthrown, intended for Chark. It's going to be 3rd and 10 coming up here. I think Allen Robinson's a traitor. I think Jalen Ramsey's 100%. I don't really, now that the Jaguars are good, though, I don't really hold any grudges. But Michael Wilson, the Cardinals and Eagles. Why is that game tied at 28? I think we have our answer here, folks. This game ends before the end of Cardinals-Eagles. We might be doing bonus coverage for Cardinals-Eagles, which was also the last game I expected to do bonus coverage of heading into the day. Did you see Kyler Murray, though, walking in Philadelphia with a Sidney Crosby jersey? Really cool. Adam Thielen makes the catch, and it's going to be 4th and 6 as Aluakon brought him down, or I guess he dropped it. It's going to be 4th and 5, a gain of 5 for Thielen. Fourth and 5, Carolina's going to go for it because why not? Okay, now I will punch it to avoid embarrassment, but they'll go for it. 4th and 5, they're down by 3 possessions. Young throws down the sideline, and it's overthrown. Oh, well, Jacksonville basically has free points here. And by the way, the Buccaneers have just scored a touchdown. And oh my gosh, if Tampa Bay comes back. I honestly want Tampa Bay too. What the heck? After they steamrolled us last week, absolutely I want them to win. I want them to steamroll us and then put up a stinker the following week. I hate that. Same thing with Jake Browning. Like when Browning last week was struggling against the Steelers, I'm like, oh, he couldn't struggle against the Jaguars. No, he couldn't because life's not fair. 4 trips to the red zone for Jacksonville, 4 field goals. I would like to see a C.J. Beathard passing touchdown. I'm probably asking for too much, though. ETN, the handoff up the middle. I mean, Jacksonville has a free 3 points, barring a turnover. Against no blitz, Beathard completed 11 of 18 passes for 81 yards. But Beathard, wow, 6 for 6 for 97 yards against the blitz. That's incredible. That is incredible stuff. And, of course, since the injury occurred to Agnew, Elijah Cooks has been getting more involved in the game. 2nd and 10, ball placed at the 15. Beathard, the inside handoff to Bigsby. Bigsby gets brought down at the 12-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and goal. Beathard complaining to the referees about something because there's a shove. And by the way, Ezekiel Elliott runs in for the touchdown. The Patriots scored against the Bills, but we have an absolute fight here. Oh, my word. Helmets are off. Flags are being thrown. Watch out, Jacksonville. What are you doing, boys? Luby involved. Derek Brown lost his helmet. Anton Harrison having to be restrained by Bretton Strange. I got distracted by the Ezekiel Elliott scoring update. There was a massive fight that just broke loose. Cam Robinson's without a helmet. He's yelling at players. Dare I say, the pass rush has been much better since our offensive line has been more stable since Cam Robinson came back. Maybe that's all we needed. Just Cam Robinson back in this lineup. So flags are down because of the fight. They literally picked the worst time to go for a score. This has just been, can I just say, this has been an awful broadcast by CBS so far. The whole fourth down, Bryce Young, they never tracked the ball where he was throwing it to. And then that, you see CJ Beathard pointing over like, hey, what the heck's going on? And now they show the replay. A little too late for that, eh? Brown and Robinson. Strange got pushed to the ground. Robinson and Brown got right into it. Harrison jumped in. It's going to be a personal foul against Carolina. That penalty got declined. Offsetting penalties is the call on the field. Beathard almost got involved. And don't be shocked if we see some fines being distributed as Cam Robinson leaves. I get why frustrations are brewing here. Well, Derek Brown 100% at fault when the scrum continues on with a little pushing and holding of the face mask. Cam Robinson threw one of the Panthers players' helmets. And now he's kissing the Panthers goodbye as he gets ejected. And so is Derek Brown. I mean, Jacksonville isn't even trying to run up the score. You went for it on fourth down. You didn't convert. And Jacksonville, back-to-back run plays. Like, Jacksonville's not even trying to run up the score, so I don't even know why they're getting upset. Personally, if I'm Jacksonville, I am throwing the ball 100% and trying to score a touchdown. 100%. Add fuel to the fire at this point. You've already won the game. Washington in motion. Let's see what they do, though. Doug Pearson does have class, so I doubt he does that. And he won't. Here's the pitch. ETN breaking off a tackle. First down. Cuts back at the 2. And he's down at the 1. First single to go. And I cannot believe I am saying this. Give the ball to Tank Bigsby. Tank Bigsby, he needs it, man. He needs a confidence booster, even if it is a 1-yard run. It'll be his third touchdown of the year. He hasn't had a touchdown since week 3 against Houston. I would really like to see Bigsby get the ball here, but ETN's going to remain the running back. First and goal. Looking for his second touchdown. It will be the cherry on top of a Jaguar Sunday. Here's the handoff. ETN tries to power in. He tries to dive, and then he loses the ball, and then Beathard falls on top of the fumble. Oh, my God. Second and goal. Beathard and Harrison jumping on top of the football. Oh, my word. ETN just trying to dive over. And did he dive over the pylon? He did not. Ball is loose. He almost handed the ball right to Bretton Strange. That would have been an hysterical touchdown. Didn't happen. Beathard blows up a man, and Anton Harrison gets the ball back. Look at Beathard go. He's a beast. He's turning into one of my favorites. Challenge flag. Why the challenge flag? Did Carolina get possession? Is he saying ETN crossed the goal line? Because I didn't think so, but when you're up by 3 possessions, going to be up in 4 possessions in a couple of plays, I guess it doesn't really matter. Jacksonville needs a touchdown today, man. I know they had the ETN run, but forget it. By the way, Beathard has 24 yards on 3 carries. Bigsby, 20 yards on 9 carries. That is crazy. Sertor is calling it. The fumble is recovered by the offense. because it was recovered by the offense. So what's going to be the ruling on the field here? Touchdown? I have no idea. All right, the call's been overturned. And it's going to be a touchdown for ETN. To me, it didn't look like it, but the call's been overturned. So Jacksonville goes up 25-0. And now to make it 26 is Brandon McManus. Honestly, I don't even care if it's showboating at this point. I would go for 2 just because. But here's McManus to make it 26-0. Jacksonville needed this too. I honestly thought if Jacksonville was going to win and they were going to win by like 3 points, like 24-21. I have no idea. I thought this was going to be a stressful game. It's been stress-free whole way through. Since like midway through the first quarter, I kind of was feeling that the Jaguars are going to win this game. I got to take it, baby. 26-0 the score with about 4 minutes left. I mean, wow. This team, man, they give you heart attacks, but they deserve every bit of this win. I kind of wish that they weren't playing the Panthers this week, and that probably means that Jacksonville isn't making the playoffs, but I don't know. By the way, this season at Jacksonville, they're 2-0 with Spirito Deeds and Adam Archuleta, and they're 0-5 with other announced teams. Weird how that works. So that's wonderful. Whenever I get to rewatch Jaguar highlights, I get to watch one of the I'm not going to say it. I'm going to be nice. Spirito Deeds actually done a pretty decent job this year compared to previous years, so I'll give him that out. I won't be mean. Here's the touchback. And up to the 25. With 4:16 to go, it is 26-0. But since I'm in college and I don't have switch to another game, guess what? You're going to stay right here, ladies and gentlemen. That's the one thing that drives me nuts, though, when I broadcast in college is, it's 26-0. Obviously, no one wants to sit through it. If you're not a Jaguar fan, you're like, dude, I don't care about the rest of this game. But they're always like, switch to another game. And that's actually how, when the Jaguars beat the Colts in Week 6, I missed the Trevor Lawrence injury. I missed the Trevor Lawrence original ankle injury because I switched it, but I'm putting my foot down next year if I stream in the dorm room. No can do. We are not switching games until the game is over. Hubbard, game of 8. Especially, with Carolina still passing the ball. What if Bryce Young throws a pick 6? I hope he doesn't. But what if he does? That's a touchdown call I'm missing. Houston did win, officially, 26-3. There's a reason why I don't like the Titans, and that's going to add on to the list of reasons. Young throws, caught Hubbard as the Hiccups make an appearance. A gain of 5, first down Carolina. Well, of course, with 4 minutes left in a 4-possession game, this is where if the streams were going to get a little wonky, I wouldn't really mind it. You want to comment anything crazy in the chat or whatever, you want me to talk about other games, absolutely. But, just want to keep the game on. God forbid anything happens. At the 37, Young steps back, throws, Hubbard catch. Campbell brings down Hubbard after a gain of 8. It's going to be second down and 2 with 3.5 minutes left. Carolina has not been shut out since 2002 when they lost to the Falcons. That was back when Rodney Peete was their quarterback. Young, 109 yards, had his best game of his career last week, and I'm going to be blunt, he probably had his worst career game this week. Weird how that works. Young avoids a sack. Throws on the run. Pass is tipped and intercepted. Returned past midfield inside the 40. Inside the 30 and brought down at the 39. The first career interception for Antonio Johnson, the rookie free safety out of Texas A&M. You go, kid. Oh, I love it. Anton Johnson, congratulations. Antonio Johnson, his first pick. Young rolled out to the right. Pass was tipped by Tremble and intercepted by Johnson. Oh, that's awesome. Good for the kid. I'm happy for him. I'm on Pro Football Reference right now, looking at the stats, and oh my God. Here's the handoff as Matt Barkley is now in the game. ETN gets a run in the game too. I don't know why ETN's still in the game. I'm refreshing Pro Football Reference, like the statistics are going to change. Nope, they won't be changed until tomorrow morning. Bryce Young throws an interception, and that's on cue, right? When I said he's probably playing he's playing arguably his worst game. And then he throws a pick. Sorry, Bryce. I think Bryce got a good career, though. I think if Carolina really nails the coaching staff this year, I think he's going to be okay. I don't think he's going to be a bust or anything. I think he's going to be all right. Matt Barkley takes the snap, inside handoff. Bigsby up the middle. First down out to the 24. And again, even though these are just handoffs, remember, this should be Nathan Rourke in the game, not Matt Barkley. 2-minute warning. Jacksonville on their way to victory lane. 26-0. They get the job done against Carolina. It is a little bit ahead of time, so I would be down for doing bonus coverage. Not in Baltimore, though. 42-19. Yikes. Colts are going to win, too. So, Jacksonville won, but all they did was not fall down into a wild card spot. Wow. Okay. Thank you, Raiders. You can beat the Chiefs and not the Colts. I'm sorry. I need an explanation for that. No offense, Raiders. Antonio Pierce, you're going to be a great head coach. I think the Raiders should keep you. This one dud doesn't really mean anything, but you don't deserve to be in the playoffs. Get out of here. 2-minute warning. I think, well, I live in Mass. The Eagles did take the lead. The Eagles, but the Cardinals still have the ball. Okay, we'll wait till this game concludes. Then we'll go to the Cardinals-Eagles. And then if it is still a one-possession game at the end of the Cardinals-Eagles game, we'll go to Patriots-Bills. The game is going to end before 4 o'clock regardless. So, good. Patriots are going to finish last in the AFC East no matter what happens today. Actually, I lied. If the Patriots win, they wouldn't. Man, Josh Allen, 160 yards and a pick. I haven't watched the game, so I can't really, speak on it a whole lot till I watch the highlights later in the day, but something tells me that was not a great game to watch. Ravens destroyed the Dolphins. Wow. Baltimore's legit. I mean, we knew that after the Ravens game, or after the 49ers game last week, but, I mean, wow. Lamar, 5 touchdowns, 321 yards. Miami got spanked, man. Miami got spanked. Saints have the ball. Dang it. I want the Bucks to win, dude. No one wants to see the Saints in the playoffs. I'm going to be that guy. Nobody wants to see the Saints in the playoffs. Everyone just wants to see the Bucks, rather, unless you're a Saints fan. All right, Barkley's taking knees. So if you tuned in for the Jaguars portion of this broadcast, thank you. We won 26-0. Completely stress-free game. Beathard looked great. If we had to start Beathard in a pinch next week, I got no issues with it, but I think Trevor's going to be back. So we'll see you next week for Tennessee. Now, for my other viewers who want to stick around a little bit longer, let me get my Xbox controller. We are heading to Lincoln Financial Field. So again, if you were here for the Jaguars game, thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe here. We'll be broadcasting the Titans game next week. And if they make the playoffs, they won today though, so at least they're finishing above 500. They're going to go to 9-7. We got the Titans next on the docket. Final kneel down for Barkley coming up. I'm grabbing my controller. Because we are about to go in to Lincoln Financial Field here. 34-14. That was the last Jaguars win. They won today. Barkley, one last kneel down. And this game is in the books. Matt Barkley's like, sweet. I'm playing a game in 2023. He had an abysmal preseason with the Bills. Final kneel down. So we just got word that the Cardinals scored. Thanks, Ryan, for the update. The Cardinals have just scored with 32 seconds left. Let's see what the Eagles have in store. James Conner just got a rushing touchdown. So thank you, Jaguars, for ending early. Again, if you were here for the Jaguars broadcast, the game is over. Jacksonville defeats Carolina 26-0. We are now in bonus coverage for Cardinals-Eagles. And I might also, depending on if the Patriots get the ball back, I might do bonus coverage for Bills-Patriots, because if the Bills kick a field goal on their drive, it is still going to be a one-possession game. But first, because this game is, I guess, more important for the playoff picture, we're going to go Eagles-Cardinals first. This is a massive playoff implications in the NFC. The Eagles could drop 3 out of 4 if they lose this game. Jalen Hurts. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe it. The Cardinals are in the lead. The Lions would be the 2 seed right now. Now that could be Dallas's. Wow, man. Now the ending of last night's game is just putting an even bigger sour taste in my mouth. Poor Lions, dude. Anyway, 1st and 10, and unless the Eagles win, then it's all for naught. Here's Jalen Hurts. 1st and 10, takes the snap at the 25. They have no timeouts, though. Hurts throws to the side, pass is caught. Kenneth Gainwell. And the Cardinal defender wanted the clock to continue to run, but since he was pushed out of bounds, he couldn't. 2nd down and 5. Now, of course, I'm not supplied with any of these 2 teams' rosters, so I'm just doing this based off of pure knowledge and memory. Julio Jones has 2 touchdowns in this game. Who would have thought that he would be the best player of the day for the Eagles? Not me. As it's going to be 2nd down and 5 here. Hurts pumps, throws wide open Gainwell, but the Cardinals are going to give the Eagles these yards. They're going to give them the yards because the Cardinals realize they're up by 4, so even a field goal doesn't do a whole lot. Jonathan Gannon trying to get revenge against the team that he was a defensive coordinator for last year. Hurts will take the snap with an empty backfield at the 36. Hurts steps up in the pocket. He's going to run. He's got to get out of bounds. Hurts is going to run, get the 1st and out of bounds after a gain of 13. The Eagles entered today as the 2 seed. Cowboys could leapfrog them. They would go to the 2 seed. Lions 3. I think Bucks still 4th. I think Tampa Bay still holds the NFC South lead. The Saints might have passed him, though. I'm not sure. Seems like the Bucks were just such a better team than everyone in that division. They had a chance to lock it up today. No dice. Although it does look like the Falcons are going to lose, so they'll get eliminated from contention. Hurts steps up, throws, pass incomplete. Dallas Goedert, the intended receiver. And no pass interference called. Let's see. Hamilton on the coverage against Goddard. Well, usually the Eagles are on the side of bad calls, but I think you could call that a pass interference penalty. They don't though. 7 seconds left. I don't know though. Eagles have gotten so much their way this year though. I'm honestly like, I don't know. Anyway, Hurts. Here it is. Hail Mary for the win. Hurts. End zone shot intercepted. And the Cardinals have defeated the Eagles. Wow. Blunt with the pick. And the game is over. What an upset. Wow. All right. Well, that's not what I had in mind heading into today. All right. Ooh, Giants just had it. But we are going to do one last live reaction, and that's for none other than Patriots Bills. So let's do that real quick. Or I could just do a live reaction to Red Zone until like 4 o'clock, but nah. They're at the 2-minute warning, so unless Buffalo is ready to take some kneel downs, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the broadcast. I'm Grant Fletcher, Fletcher Sports, saying enjoy your New Year's Eve. Be safe, be smart, be careful if you're on the road. A lot of idiots out on the road tonight. Be careful, be safe. If you want to party, celebrate, and I wish you a great 2024. This has been a great 2024 for the channel, and I do have a surprise video coming out tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. But I'll be coming out either tomorrow or Tuesday, the latest. But I'm excited to post it, and I know you guys will like it, but let's see here. 2-minute warning in Buffalo. Patriots are out of timeouts, which is making me believe that the game is over, but we'll see. Raiders scored. That's a little too late. And the Ravens just dropped 49 on the Dolphins. What? That's nuts. Who scored that time? It was 7-0 Dolphins? Really? Didn't feel like it. Oh, my. Melvin Gordon for a touchdown. Interesting. All right. Buffalo trying to lock this one down against New England. 3rd down and 3. Here's the Allen's going to keep it himself. Up 1st down. Bills won. Well, okay. Bills win off a 1st down conversion. The Patriots don't have any timeouts. Buffalo's going to go to 10-6. I don't know if they've clinched a playoff spot or not. Don't think they did. But if they did, good for them. Buccaneers have just scored. All right, you know what we'll do? We'll stay on and we'll live react to Red Zone for the last bit of these 1 o'clock games. Because Jaguars Panthers was only like 2 hours and 40 minutes. And the only Floodster post I'm going to make right now is the Cardinals game probably. Maybe the Rams game too. There's still quite a bit of time left, so we'll see if the Raiders can come back. Rams have the ball, 3rd and 5. We'll see if the Rams can get the ball back to the Giants. What a massive move this would be for the NFC playoff picture. If the Rams lost today, Stafford is going to take it down to the 2-minute warning. They got a good game. Kyle's parents might end up going to the game, and they're going to get a good game for what it's worth. The Colts recover the onside kick with 42 seconds left. And so the Colts are going to win. All right. Here's the 2-point conversion attempt. 23-13. Baker Mayfield throws, picked off, and now the Saints are going to win. The Saints are going to beat the Bucs. That's crazy. I wanted Tampa, but yeah. That's my favorite tree is fam. Well, it wasn't Zappy hour today. No, it was not. And the Bears have got the number 1 pick in the draft. Oh, they're just showing the Melvin Ingram touchdown. Wow. Ravens just destroying the Dolphins. I had Baltimore winning, but oof. Not by that much. Definitely not by that much. Onside kick is also recovered by the Saints. So even though none of the 1-possession games the 1 o'clock games are over, the only close one is Rams. The only close one's Rams-Giants. So take that as you will. And the Rams have the ball now at the 2-minute warning. I think Red Zone's just going to stick it onto this game for the rest of it. 3rd down and 9. Stafford, here's the snap. Stafford is sacked. Wow. Stafford got sacked, and now the Giants might win this thing. Crazy. Crazy right there. Now, when the 49ers are going to clinch the number 1 seed in the NFC, that's another thing. Yep. Wow. I mean, today was a crazy day, eh? Crazy day for football. And unfortunately, we probably broadcasted the worst game of the bunch, but it is what it is. I mean, I don't know. Bears-Falcons looks pretty bad, too, so perhaps we didn't. All right, let's see what the Giants are up to here. Or we're going to cut to the meaningless Falcons game. 4th and 17. Heineke throws an interception. Yeah. I mean, the Falcons are going to have to draft a QB or trade for Russell Wilson. No one's good. No one is good on that team, so quarterback-wise. The Bears, I don't know if they're still in playoff contention or not, but pretty much everything that needed to happen happened for them today, especially if the Rams lose. They're in a good spot. All right, 2nd and 10, Tyrod Taylor throws incomplete. As Young was applying the pressure for the Rams. So we're going to head off right after this Rams game. We're going to head off there. I did bonus coverage, and then I decided to say, screw it, we'd stay on for even longer. Here's Tyrod. Rolls out to the right. He's going to run. He's going to get into field goal range. Tyrod Taylor, what a huge run! Down to the 32. Oh my God. Referees, you have to move the ball. Remember that. Giants spike it. 42 seconds left of there, well inside field goal range. Wow. Massive stuff here. If the Giants could beat the Rams, oh my God. I mean, the playoff picture is just going to look funky. Second and 10, and Barkley gets eaten up in the backfield. Oh boy, we have a red alert. Let's see what you got for us, Scott. Tyler Huntley in the game. The Dolphins are still running up the score. That's disrespectful. Kolar, 56-19. Wow. Baltimore is just crushing Miami right now. And we got a Bears touchdown. Justin Fields handoff in there for Khalil Herbert, and they're up by 20 in the snow. Hey, a snow game. Not too bad. I think I mentioned it was snowing earlier, but I forgot. Nice. Bears won a snow game, bro. The Bears actually going to make the playoffs? Because if the Rams lose, that benefits them, right? No way the Bears make the playoffs and get the number 1 pick. That's crazy. Taylor throws incomplete. Well, here's Mason Crosby to kick your field goal. By the way, Seahawks-Steelers officially underway. Handoff. Najee Harris. Only a few yards gained there. Here's Mason Crosby from 54 yards away. Good snap. Good hold. Crosby gets the team that caught him. He missed it to the left. And the Rams win 26-25. What a great game. What a great game that was. Wow. And the Rams and the Giants again, back-to-back weeks. Heartbreakers. Dang. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed the broadcast. You did hit that like button. I'm Grant Fletcher Sports saying enjoy the rest of your evening. Hope you enjoyed the little red zone commentary. I don't really do that every week. So since Jaguars Panthers didn't take forever, I actually figured, hey, I'd do it. And we got to see a cool ending to the Giants Rams game. So not too bad. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Did hit that like button. I'll see you guys next week for week 18. Jaguars winning their in against the Titans for the second straight season.